7 SP. So it's 20 SP just to overwrite one spell.
That's nearly my entire SP pool.
That is a third of my SP pool
That's
at the moment.
wild.
Yeah, but remember that will turn a 9th level spell like Meteor Swarm into a healing
Oh, no.
spell.
It's
Yeah.
huge. It's a huge ability. It's just wild that that many spell points can get used in like a reaction. That's
Yep.
nuts.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's very
You love it.
strong, but as I said, there's a massive cost to it.
I mean,
You know,
look, you're
it's
playing an
not very
attrition-based
often.
game. It's just going to go like that sometimes.
Exactly. It's not very often you go, yeah, all right, let disintegrate hit. I'm
Yeah.
just going to overwrite it. There you go.
In some
Now you've got-
circumstances, you should just let them hit. It will save you a
Yeah.
headache.
Yeah. I mean, for someone like Romulus, if they shoot a disintegrate him and I manage to overrate it, that's potentially like, well,
Oh yeah.
a lot of temporary hit points.
Oh
that
yeah.
yeah.
He would double if he's raged.
Yes, it's true. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with my players, Ellie,
Yo.
Kirv,
Hi.
Mortar,
Hello.
Romulus,
Hello.
and Vinny.
Hello.
We are missing a Beau again today. Beau has had a very stressful week, so Beau is taking the day off, which we are all okay with. And Beau in-game will also be taking the day off, and we will apparently be chilling with Codex for the entirety of the downtime, and will probably be...
They're just sharing a cigarette.
Yeah, showing a cigarette with a random automaton in the room while Ellie's performing a ritual that he doesn't understand.
Awesome.
Yeah, checks out.
He's so blasted he thinks it's a person he's sharing it with. He's just so blasted.
It's just
Codex
so
is
done.
like, oh, you're pretty cool. I'm sorry about all that stuff earlier. I was just doing my job.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, God.
Somebody give this man an inspiration.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Have the inspiration. This is going to be another I am Max moment.
That's so funny.
Oh, God.
Codex is
So
going to
good.
traumatize my players. I love it. Okay. Well then, let us begin proper, shall we?
Let's, as they say, get down to business.
Copyright.
Wait.
Salutations,
Fair use.
adventurers.
Fair use and parody.
Yeah, I said
Fair.
buns because funny baking joke. I don't know. I'm eating a pizza.
Love it.
Rabbit.
Love it. Oh yeah, it's a pizza commonly used in buns.
I don't know.
Mm.
Bread.
Rabbits are used in pizza? Anyway.
No.
No.
Salutations, adventurers. Let us begin with the recap of a lifetime. Or so far on our most recent journey. Our adventurers, Beau, Ellie, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had entered Zaker's Crossing, a massive lay bridge that spanned the Grave Wallow Gorge, in search of completing Ellie's second trial of 3. With the daunting task of the dungeon before them, spanning tens of thousands of rooms, but confined to still a worrying, for them, 30 to 40, they pressed on, discovering both arc-steel enemies of various types and styles, each holding a different purpose in the dungeon's architecture. As they explored, they came across a prison-like area, and, without concern for who or what might be within, they stumbled upon Azera, a soothsayer from before the atrocities that ravaged the world about 500 years ago. With this newfound guide, who at first they did not trust, but the feelings were mutual, they pressed on, serving to explore and made decisive movements in hopes of reaching a place to rest. With some success in various misshapen experiments obscuring their path, they reached Azera's apartment and rested, received revelation and ritual for the coming day, or rather, the current day. As the day began, and they knew the first steps that they had to make, and blazed forth, carving a path towards the ritual room, where they would repair and bring Sicania back. With the great arcane Leviathan, the denizens of the ley currents all being attracted to such a powerful ritual source, the party defended Ellie and her mother's spirit in the aid to repair Sicania back to her previous self. With a grand enduring of the ritual, they otherwise took a moment before passing on with the success of what they had achieved. But with some swiftness and speed, they reached the prophetic vaults, a vast expanse of void and nothingness that in turn appeared to be the lair of a great worm, its shimmering scales and immediate niceties toward the party not going unanswered. They requested the articles of the prophetic knowledge that they sought after, and in some cases, promised some baby toys. With that final
yes.
piece in hand, the party made the decision to set their sights on the architect. Proceeding past the gate, the final bastion before this great foe, the party prepared and arrived to find the architect quite welcoming, yet a fierce enemy that stood before them. Holding nothing back, the party jumped straight into trying to bring the architect down. The clashes of steel, shots fired, and abilities used, all to only delay the inevitable of confronting their own weaknesses. As each of them learnt of their weakness and folly, they began to act on it. The architect took them a little bit more seriously, and accidentally letting the emotion and the song of the fight claim Azera's life before the party quickly concluded the trial before them. With Ellie expending her last life rune and the party now able to relax just that little bit more, we now return to them, battered, bruised, and for the most part welcoming the time to get a few things done. They broke off and left Ellie with the architect to perform her ritual. So, as Ellie sits down, the architect beginning to go through the conversation on what their ritual might behold, with Beau kind of keeping Codex company while also making sure that Ellie is safe in case anything were to go wrong in this room, given how weak the party generally is at this current moment, having not got the chance to rest and not being able to rest until the day is up. Who is going where, and what do we want to begin with?
After the previous session, I think Romulus offered to make food for everybody, and the architect was invited in on that. And after the way he battered Kirv to the point of near death and unconsciousness, Mortar is not standing for it, and he walked away. And he's like, "Fuck this! I'm going to go and explore." And yeah, he takes off towards specifically the prophetic vault.
Okay.
Yes, Vinny was going to go with him.
But who will eat my delicious food?
Azera
Well, I believe
with
Kirv was going with you.
you. Okay, I'm going with you.
Kirv's going with us. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, with Romulus.
Yeah.
Oh, Romulus. Okay.
Well,
I
I
think
would
it was
say-
Azera, Romulus, and Kirv, wasn't it?
It was. People can move around if they wish.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's all right to have a moment, I think as Kirv is walking off with Romulus, sort of planning on like, yeah, I can get another cooking lesson in. I need a little bit of de-stress. She sort of looks behind her and sees Mortar and not looking great, walking off with Vinny, and she sort of starts to slow down and look between Romulus and the pair and Romulus and the pair. Does Romulus say anything?
Romulus has decent perception and insight, so I'd say if you saw it, he'd probably say as well. I suspect they are not fond of the idea of me offering food to the architect. I suspect they don't see things the way I do.
How do you see things?
I've had a lot of harsh teachers in my life and a lot of harsh lessons forced upon me. What I saw in there was not someone who was sadistic about what he needed to do. I saw someone who did what he felt he had to, and in doing so may have done harm he regretted. Whether or not that is true, I would like to find out. And it is very hard for people to hold a grudge when you offer them something delicious. I thought perhaps the breaking of bread could allow us to put things behind us, which I know Mortar would disagree with. If you need to go be with him, you can.
I understand what you're saying. I think when someone is very dangerous, has the potential of being very dangerous, it's best to know them and get on their good side. I trust you can.
I will manage this if you will help Mortar. I'll take notes for you.
It's a deal. And she turns. Yeah, a little snide giggle, and she turns. And she goes with that
I do not
group.
agree to that, but okay.
Okay. So, I think first things first, we'll handle the smaller groups to begin with. So, Romulus, do you want time to think about what you are preparing for everybody, or?
Oh,
have you
I already know
thought?
exactly what I'm making.
Wonderful.
Go
so,
on.
Excited.
as you
Go
head
on,
through
then.
the lay gate, with the Zera's kind of honing in, you arrive back at Zera's apartment in what seems like only a couple of seconds. As, well, traveling through the lay gate takes you to anywhere you want to go within Zeker's Crossing. And as you head through toward Zera's apartment, you see what looks to be the apartment before you. Same as it was when you left.
All right. And as I understand it, there is a well-stocked pantry/fridge situation.
Yes.
Very well. It's time to go buck fucking wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Romulus is going to be making a full roast.
Yes.
Fuck yes. Fuck
Okay.
yes.
That's what I like to hear.
First of all, Romulus will be preparing the meat. The main meat of this dish is going to be a brisket, slow cooked in red wine and stock for 5 hours.
Whoa.
With lightly fried shallots and fully fried garlic mushrooms in a garlic butter. They are specifically chestnut mushrooms for that nutty taste. All of these will be placed in the braising liquid in a sealed container for 5 hours on a low to medium heat. This will cause the muscle tissue and elasticity of render the fat and muscle the connective tissue between the muscle fibers, causing it to slowly melt away and become tender and soft and delicious. Of course, Romulus first, as all should do, is going to partially sear the outside of the brisket first to, first of all, get some good color on it, and then second of all, make sure that it's got the outside is sealed somewhat. A little bit of salt and pepper. You know, keep it light, keep it simple. A lot of the flavor is going to be coming from the braising liquid. We don't want to overpower it. As that continues, that will be in the oven for a long fucking time. So, plenty of time to prep. Romulus will be, of course, making roast potatoes. You can boil them, you can mash them, you can stick them in a stew, but in this case, we are roasting. the first thing.
Sorry,
After
I'm
you.
picturing the montage of this right now, and it's fucking glorious. Sorry, please continue.
I'm going. Now we're going to be doing some time skipping here. I'm just going to go through the various bits and pieces that are made rather than all the prep work.
That's fine.
Hell yeah.
Some broccoli, tender stem or normal, doesn't matter. Chopped into not quite bite-sized chunks, but reasonable-sized chunks. Done in that same garlic butter that the mushrooms were done in earlier. Proceeding to put those off to the side, a little bit of pepper over top. You want a mixture of white and black pepper, and a hint of parsley. Balances out the garlic nicely.
Yeah.
Move that over there. Next up, we're going to finish the potatoes. They go onto a hot tray that's already had goose fat or duck fat spread across it with a little. We're going to place them in initially after the potatoes, being pre-boiled, have been roughed, and a light sprinkle of flour over top. Put them in. They should sizzle as they go into the hot fat. If they don't sizzle, you've not done it right. That will get us that nice, crisp, almost glassy texture on the outside. Those cook for about 40 minutes. Halfway through, you take them out. This is when you season rosemary, thyme, sea salt, black pepper, and, my personal touch, a little bit of paprika and lemon juice.
Ooh.
The lemon juice's acidity helps with breaking down the outside bit. Now, you may end up with some more crusty bits on the bottom, but I personally like the crusty bits. That goes in to finish off. Next up, we've got a Swede and sweet potato mash. That's pretty easy. You just boil them and mash them. Except for the sweet potato, you actually roast it inside its skin and then cut it out, scoop it, and mash it with the softened Swede, and you get a delightful balance there. Now, with some of the remaining potatoes that you've pre-boiled, you will want to leave some out. You're going to mash them. We're going to mix in some honey, some mustard, some cream, and some butter. Mash it all together, a touch of salt and pepper to taste, and you end up with some delightful honey mustard mash. Of course, we're not done yet. We're going to want some sausages with this, and most normally I do bacon. However, since I've got the time, I'm going to do pork belly. So some freshly made, or well, not freshly made, but like stasis as though they were freshly made. Sausages.
Freshly acquired.
Herbed sausages if we have them. I'm thinking something a bit similar to a Cumberland, but maybe a bit thinner, so closer to a chipolata. Those are going to be going in a frying pan. We're going to be using that pan later to make the gravy, but we're wanting that sort of rich sausage flavor in there as well, just to add a little bit to it. You don't want all of the fat from them. You want to separate out most of it. You don't want just a little. Anyhow, those are going to fry up nicely. Those will come out. The fat will be removed, and then a little bit left. We're going to put the sausages back in there, but we keep it on low heat, so that it doesn't burn. Just keeps it all liquid. They don't have to stay in there necessarily, but they will have to go in there when the gravy comes out. Trust me, it's important. Anyhow, as for the pork
camera crew.
As for the pork belly, that one's pretty simple. All you do is you take some soy sauce or the fantasy equivalent, some garlic, can be garlic powder if you're feeling simple, and some honey. Mix those three together into a single homogeneous sauce. Proceed to add in some of your preferred seasonings. I personally like a touch of paprika. Don't add anything tomato-based unless you want it to taste like Chinese barbecue ribs. It will taste exactly like Chinese barbecue ribs. It's up to you. Anyway, I wouldn't on this case. Anyway, so put those in again a sealed container, and you're going to be braising them. So you're going to be covering them in all of this liquid, and you're going to just be letting them render into their own fat. And that's like about 90 minutes minimum on that same low-medium heat, and then you're going to finish them off under the grill just to get that nice charring on the top. Flip them both sides. It also means that it's not quite as tender, not quite as soft, but so you have a bit of bite to it. Otherwise, the fat would just melt. And whilst that can be good, sometimes you want a little bit more to it. You can get that crisp edge. Anyhow, that goes in there. Very simple, just sort of let it go the way. It comes out tasting almost like teriyaki. Anyway, that goes to the side. At the same time as that, you want to put in some roast carrots, or carrots to be roasted. These we're going to be keeping very simple. It's just a little bit of that garlic butter, that we've been using thus far, and a little bit of honey and mustard again. Mix that in, you end up with a beautiful, beautiful honey mustard roast carrots. It's going to taste amazing. Anyhow, towards the end of the dish, you bring out the brisket, you take off the top, you finish off the top of it if it hasn't managed to brown properly. It may already have done so, dependent on how well sealed it was. Because if it's a little bit less than perfectly sealed, it will still manage to brown the top of it, and the brisket should just fall apart. What we're going to do is we're going to separate out the brisket and get that ready to serve. What we're then going to do is take the braising liquid, which has the shallots, the mushrooms, and the shallots and the mushrooms in it. We're going to separate the shallots and the mushrooms out from the braising liquid. Those shallots and mushrooms are going into a pan to fry a little, partially dry out, honestly, but they're going to sort of like get to know each other. You can still eat those; those are both edible. It's just whether people like them or not. And they're going to have this very rich, potent flavor because of the red wine, because of the stock. It's going to be intense. But you still want to heat them up a little bit so that they aren't, so that the mushrooms aren't too moist, so that the shallots aren't have a little bit of time to crisp up, maybe some around the edges. The braising liquid goes in with the sausages. You fry that up. You let it get nice and hot. Yeah, maybe add a bit of a thickener if the consistency is a bit too thin. And obviously seasoning as you go along. Generally, this one would call for a lot of rosemary and thyme, but the majority of the flavors are already right where they need to be. And then Romulus prepares to serve it with the potatoes coming out looking crisp and delicious, the carrots being browned just nicely at the edges, obviously the brisket falling apart, the delicious liquid from the braising liquid being turned into a delightful gravy, and of course the tasty pork belly, which will just fall to pieces in your mouth. Now, let me see if I've got a photo for you to show off to stream.
Well, if you don't, that is
good shit, man. Good.
Stop making me hungry.
Good shit.
I've not got the pork belly bit, but I've got the rest of it.
Harlan, I thought that you might find this intriguing. I discovered that you can use clotted cream when you make roast potatoes.
Oh, I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, it adds there's a real caramelization on the edges. I'll be honest, I couldn't give you specifics because you'd think that it would burn at a certain point, but it's worth looking into.
Noted. Very well noted. Oh, I forgot the leek and bacon. Damn it.
Oh no! That's alright, you can keep going. Alternatively, I will just show this to stream real quick because my word, is this something you created? Yeah. Just out of curiosity.
Yes. Obviously.
Oh my word! Can you not? It's
As I will always say to everyone, if you want me to come and cook for you, I'm more than happy to. Just house me and feed me. I will show up for a weekend.
If I ever become rich, you will be my personal chef.
Brother, when did that sound like a cry for help? That sounded really like a cry for help there.
No, I'm good. I just like cooking for my friends.
Gotcha.
I get you completely.
Yeah. Now I need to find a place to save this. Hold on. For the stream, we'll get there in a
Just sets it
moment.
as his wallpaper.
That works. Pushing. Oh, fiddling. Oh, I need to rename it. Food.
Food.
FUD.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, it was complaining because it was like, oh, you've already got something named this. It's like, no, I need to give it a name.
Food 2.
Food
Food
2.
2. Electric Boogaloo.
Add a new source. Enter the name
Knew
of the
it was coming.
source. Food. Add.
Good food.
Browse.
Food is good.
Food.
Food good. Good food.
Food.
Good.
Personally,
Alright, there
my
you go,
favorite bit
stream.
was
That
potatoes.
is what. I know this is going to ruin the atmosphere of it, but that is what he was talking about. That.
It's some good shit.
It looks yum.
Yeah.
You get to take it in for another 10 seconds. Maybe less, because I'm going to eat all of it.
I genuinely can't get over how good a Romulus cooking show would actually be. Like, genuinely, like the way you were describing it and stuff. Like, I was picturing the format. I was like, yeah, I'd watch this. I would
Yeah,
absolutely watch
as well.
this.
So, now that we're all hungry, as you do this, go ahead and roll me a cooking utensils check with advantage, and because Azera will be helping you, plus you're taking your time, and if
Sure.
either of them is a 1, then you will get to re-roll that.
Oh, wow.
Because
Fucking incredible.
Azera
All
does
right.
have his Orca's Insight to help with that. So, go ahead and give
Okay,
me a
so-
roll. I'll say for this,
So,
use con, because it's all about the tasting, it's all about the timing, it's all about getting the senses right. So, con makes the most sense to
Okay.
use for this.
The most delightful thing is I have expertise because of one of my runes. This is a plus 13 going
Yep.
into the... Oh my god, I've not loaded up tabletop. Ah!
He was so engrossed in
I
the
was
food.
lost.
He was
I was
lost in
so
the
lost
sauce.
in the food.
He was lost in the sauce.
So as
It was
you're
delicious sauce.
as
The
you're
delicious sauce.
preparing all of this, as you're going through all of the steps for this, whereas Azera isn't necessarily proficient in cooking in this same regard, Azera does still have enough spell points to be able to cast Enhance Ability on himself, to give himself just enough of that expertise to help you out. He goes about preparing and helping a lot of these things, finding the right tools and understanding what you need at any given time, handing you new arcane utensils, ones that are, as far as you're concerned, it's just looks like a glass knife, but as you go to cut, it is exceptionally quick, exceptionally sharp, and is made perfectly for this sort of work as you begin to cut, peel, take apart everything that you might need for this. As Azera,
Romulus kind of wants to take this knife.
hey look, if you wanna, if you could potentially bargain for it if you want to try and get some special cooking utensils from Zeka's.
Ooh, that could be cool.
As you go about working in this station, and it is good. Are you in tabletop yet?
I'm loading it.
Vinny, I
Just
would
be
say,
warned, though,
do
if
you want
those,
to roll with
if
advantage
it-
for Romulus, but then all of your luck will disappear if I ask you to do that.
Just be warned, if the
I mean, I have
cutlery
my-
itself is made out of walls of force, I will be obligated to run into them.
I'm getting here. It's loading. It's literally loading up the multitude, the mass of things now.
All the
Okay,
tiles.
come on.
Tokens.
So many
The
tokens.
tiles.
There's so many, and stream can look at all 600 and something of them. There we go.
It's so beautiful.
Rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Rawhide. Okay, so that's a 14 plus 13, 27.
27. Okay.
Fucking hell.
I will
It's
say
a good fucking meal.
with
That's a good
the
fucking meal.
it is indeed a good fucking meal. As you prepare everything here, as you sort everything out, and eventually, as everybody eats it, when people take a long rest at the end of today, clear all exhaustion. because
Oh shit!
we don't
That's huge.
we don't need
Oh, shit.
exhaustion. That food will cover the difference, and yeah, you don't need
Damn.
exhaustion for the coming day. Romulus
What
has
actually
provided you-
happens is it puts you into such a powerful food coma
That you
that
just
your
sleep.
exhaustion is gone by the time you wake up.
Yeah, I'll say that works. Okay.
You temporarily reach 6 levels of exhaustion, then the food brings you back.
Oh man. So, as you spend that time cooking and preparing this delicious meal, Ellie, you're in the main chamber in the main legate chamber with the architect. Beau is currently just lounging about with the codex, as the architect is discussing with you the ideas of what you have. The construction of an elemental using sheets of arc steel, using various elemental affinities to it, and beginning to power it in some manner that uses these elemental energies. Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check, if you will.
Arcana.
Arcana.
Oh god.
Plus 9. Alright. Okay, 21.
You begin to work on the ritual circle. You begin to prepare for it. You look to the architect, and you see that the architect taps his cane on the floor, and you watch as the almost the metal tip of it lights up, and he begins to walk in a wide circle, drawing the ritual circle itself. As he begins to draw and prepare the rune writing for it, for this ritual to take place, for the development and the creation of your next elemental. As you're going through and you're beginning to tell him where the lines go, there's a moment where he pauses and almost looks at you, and you watch as he taps his cane again. You watch as the orb changes, or the crystal orb on the top changes to a slightly offset hue from what it originally was. And you watch as he begins to draw the lines, and then they disappear. As you're going through this, you're kind of watching what he's doing and not fully understanding it. But as he begins to go through it almost step by step, drawing these lines, and you watch as they're just disappearing almost as he's writing them. Is there anything you want to say or do?
I mean, I guess we can. Can we do casual conversation while this is happening?
Yeah.
Cool. So as we're both sort of drawing, and I'm trying to work out what the hell he's doing. It's like, so you said there were survivors?
Yes, there were several. Well, there are tens of thousands of survivors.
Huh.
As it stands, they're not in the form of you or your companions. They are more akin to my own existence.
Oh. Okay. So, okay. How come? Are there any that are looks fleshy?
There are not any more that are fleshy, no. A large number, well, 99% of Zeka's original population was killed in that assault that took place, when they swept and they began to massacre most individuals. With those that I was able to save and to corner off and hide away from the onslaught after I was able to get my bearings as to what was going on, I came to the conclusion that it wasn't going to last very long as it was. They'd come here for a reason. They for some reason wanted to kill all of the Runeborn within Zeka's. So, I asked them what they wanted to do. Some of them wanted to leave and they wanted to fight. Some wanted to find new places in the world, and I believe they have left and had children since. Others wanted to stay, and when they were provided with the opportunity to live on, I gave them an opportunity to live with those that had been killed. Upon locking this place out from the rest of the world, a lot of the souls weren't able to reach their destination. So I had to house them somewhere. Many of them are contained within small crystals, most of whom exist within bodies of steel, made to live and last.
So, can they... I assume they must be in here somewhere? We didn't
Yes.
kill any of them, did we?
No. No. The
Okay.
the arc steel constructs that I work with are autonomous to my own existence. Meanwhile, they all have their own ability to move about freely and to do what they need to do. Many of them spend time creating. What on earth was that?
Oh, he started singing.
The architect looks around and is like, what the fuck?
The song is coming through the lay gates again.
Oh no.
I believe it was Harlan, sir.
Oh, Harlan.
Okay, look, yeah, I'm looking through songs trying to find one. I've got a reason.
Okay.
But he kind of gets back to his train of thought as best he can. Many of them spend time creating various works of art, various sculptures, biding their time. They knew that it wasn't going to be a short time before they would be allowed out, but time has taken its toll on many of them living far longer than they expected to. I've done what I can, but I'm not an expert in everything. Many of them have begun to set up their own communities and begun to live their lives their own way, and I've supported that and helped them. There hasn't been any strife or conflicts between them with my watchful gaze, but it was only to be a matter of time until either they would want to be free and set out into the world, or vice versa.
That's understandable. It's never nice being cooped up. So, couldn't you... I mean, I saw that there are facilities here for regrowing limbs and stuff. How possible is it to rebuild a body?
It is entirely possible. That is not, unfortunately, a science I am fully capable of. Many of the surgeons died in the initial assault as they were working or assisting on the battlefields that were beginning to form. I know of none within our ranks who still exist, who still understand the capacity of that knowledge.
Right.
But
would there be like tutorial, like guides? We have libraries and you can kind of learn pretty much everything. I assume you have too, but
we do, but knowledge is typically passed down from one person to the next. Or rather, from oneself to the next one of oneself. Many of our highly skilled individuals made bodies for themselves once they died. Their memories and everything would be passed on to the next, or they would be refreshed.
Okay. Well, I mean, who knows what the future holds? I mean, if... There's hope. But it's nice to hear that a chunk of them survived. Even under the circumstances.
I did what I could. With time, the facilities here might eventually come back, and we might be able to rebuild bodies for them. But that will need time and experience.
Well, I mean, if anyone's gonna know anyone that's in the right alignment, it will be my granddad. I can't wait for you two to meet.
Oh. Soon. We'll have to see, though.
Mm-hmm.
As this is
Um,
being discussed, Romulus just shivers in the kitchen.
Yeah, Mortar shivers at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good
Mhm.
lord. So, is there anything you wish you could? I mean, was there a you before? Gestures to all of him like this.
No. I existed only as I am now.
Huh. So you were never living.
I am living. Just my body is that of steel.
That's still pretty cool. But do you have wants and desires? Like,
Maybe.
is there anything you wish you could do?
Anything I can do, I can usually achieve within Zaka's. The only thing I wish is to have the halls be noisy once more. To have the people wandering around, the children who would play with the Arkmites and just enjoy a life of living. It would be good to get back to a place like that when everyone can enjoy themselves. When people can feel safe again.
That's understandable. Well, hopefully, as you said, we'll have to see. But I hope. And I think about Romulus cooking. Wait. Can you taste food?
I can.
Huh.
We established this last time. I was very specific.
Did we? I
Mhm.
can't remember.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
My
Ah.
body is housed with a number of modules, one of which allows me to feel, allows me to sense, allows me to understand. So, I can,
Wow.
and you watch as he kind of grabs his cane. I can squeeze and feel the pressure of it. I can feel the grain of the wood beneath even the metal fingertips.
That's really cool.
I can understand and see and perceive the runes, the magic. I can taste the air as it is, with its slightly static taste to it.
Wow. Technology was truly something.
One day, hopefully, it will be again.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to go to the right
kind of-
hands.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. In the wrong hands, this could be. I couldn't even want to think about it. That's kind of like all she's kind of really got to think. She's knackered. It's been a long couple of days.
Mm.
Just gonna carry on doing the ritual.
As he
Romulus will be appearing some point in the
As
next hour.
As he continues drawing and doing the ritual, there eventually comes a point where he kind of stands at the edge of the ritual circle and just kind of puts his cane down and looks at it and just kind of goes, "It's done." And all you can see is a simple circle with writing on the outside.
Let's look it over. There's. I saw you doing it, but where's it gone?
He taps his cane on the floor twice, and you watch as each of the lines, all of them appear at once, and you can see this jumbled mess of lines that are all just overlapping one another. This isn't going to work. Yet the architect seems confident that it will.
I'm confused. This is madness. I'm sort of looking at my notes on the ritual, looking at his. This is crossing over points and points to it, and then this is meant to be straight, but cross it. Are you sure this is gonna work?
It will. Just begin and trust in the process. And as he taps his cane again, you watch as all the lines disappear.
Okay, I am going to start.
Okay. As you begin to start the ritual and you begin to flood the circle with magic, as the ritual begins to actually gain speed, the whole thing filling with magic, there's no outlet to the center. And as you're kind of waiting and watching almost this, you're like, no, this is just going to blow itself up. I'm just creating an explosion waiting to happen here. Nothing's going to, and in kind of that thought, you watch as one of the lines appears and all of the magic almost seems to flood it at a stupidly high speed. For those with context or out of character, it is like opening up a vacuum to the world around. As it floods with magic, shooting down the bond of the line before splaying out to the various sections, and you watch as parts of it, where there are almost these lines which initially you thought didn't make much sense, almost cut it off, and it pulls away, and bits of it that were connected to the outside disintegrate as they peel away from the ritual itself, with new lines appearing around it. Almost as if everything has been sequenced based on time. And as you're watching this take place, you're watching as bits are appearing, filling with magic, almost storing and not being able to escape from within the ritual, as they are almost building their own self-made circuits of magic, which eventually, one after another, as each of these little houses and icons begin to be filled, which in most cases would require, to your understanding, your 3D construction of the ritual circles, as you were taught by your grandfather. The nature of such a complex ritual would require that access to more than just 2 dimensions. And in this, you're watching as bits of it are appearing, disappearing, finishing their function, and taking themselves away from the ritual itself. As it all begins to funnel into the center, the ritual comes to almost a penultimate end, and you watch as the sheets of steel that have been gathered and the different items and pieces for it, as the crystal in the center glows, you watch as from it the large elemental forms, its 2 claws landing first, followed by its hind legs, the long, almost serpentine-like look to it, as the metal plates scrape and almost scratch over one another initially, before kind of settling in place as it shivers, the flow of water and magic within crackling with almost this boiling water-like situation or electrolysis similarity, as you see the kind of the glowing, almost flame-like natures to it. And as it stands there, you watch as it kind of shifts its tail from one side to the other, and you watch as these tiny plates pull away and begin to form into these long, tendril-like squids that just begin to almost float around the elemental itself. Now, here's a test. Did I import the tile? Or did I forget? Again.
That's a moment of truth. Moment of truth.
Always the way.
I think it was the latter. I think I forgot. Again.
It's okay. We've got a break at some point.
We've got a break.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll pop it in then. Yeah. I'll use this tile here because I can do that. So, as your elemental by the name of Lotus forms before you, you take this in. Go ahead and roll me a second Arcana check, if you please.
It's like at this moment, it's sort of like a flinch. It's like, is it gonna kill me? That's like a
26.
30. 26, 30. Why did I get 30? Yeah.
You can get expertise in Arcana some way. There are ways.
Yeah.
As you kind of flinch in that moment, you watch as it seems to be passive. You see that there's almost... You feel as if there is an attempt to overtake the elemental, but it almost seems to be hard blocked by Sychania now that she has reached her second trial. As if the control has become more retained. and Lotus is fully under your control. But with a 26, in the future and with practice, you may be able to incorporate even more complex designs using both the 3D rituals that you understand plus the nature of sequencing everything with time. And you may eventually be the first person to understand and build a 4-dimensional ritual circle.
Oh yeah!
What the fuck? This girl's like 14.
And there's a lot of life left for her to
Damn.
to overcome and learn.
That's awesome.
And shape the world in a very unique way.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
I'll look over, and be like, oh, thank you so much. I'd be like, I have one last thing to ask. After everything that's happened, after this gesture into and it's all said and done, can I learn under you?
In time. I believe there is much more for you to do. Your third trial awaits you now, at your own pace. Your friends seem to have many things that they wish to achieve, and you already have the look of being tired behind those eyes. You've seen enough of what your trials have to offer for the time being, and I understand. Take some reprieve and allow your friends to also breathe away the stress of what was put before you. Let them learn and put their newfound skills to practice.
Just sort of look over. These plates. Do I look scary to you? Like this moment, she's having a second. You see, Mortar brought me this stuff.
Oh no.
And I think he was trying to tell me I need to hide it.
In all my time of being guardian of Zaka's Crossing,
You're the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I have seen many an individual of many a shape come through. Some have different afflictions, similar to your own. Not quite as malicious by any means, but different. Creatures that have burned, scarred, damaged, removed pieces. It's not a nice thing to be in that situation. I would say discuss what his intentions with it were before asking someone such as myself. For as far as I'm concerned, you are simply someone who will take time to become fixed after the problems have been dealt with.
Okay.
There's
And I'm
nothing
going to take
wrong
a
with
little
who
bit.
you are.
Gives her some confidence. Like, okay. Look over at Lotus and that. This looks very mechanical. Mortar might not like this. I'm gonna start putting makeup on Lotus.
Okay. So with the self-disguise kit, what do you want to change about Lotus to make it look less mechanical?
So as I go along, I'm going to try and like channel my the last of my MP or my SP. Oh my god, yeah, SP. While I'm painting this, and I'm going to kind of give it like an almost camouflage effect, similar colors to like Ellie's aesthetic. So it looks less like the creatures in here, or less like constructs in here, and more like it's very Ellie inspired.
Okay.
Might help put Mortar's mind at ease seeing it.
As you begin to do this, these designs to the very mechanical plate to it, Lotus almost stands there and almost seems to accept the nature of this, almost like a... It's strange, almost like a kid drawing on or doing makeup on one of their parents. It's very much akin to that, where it's like, okay, I see what you're doing. You're allowed to do it.
Amazing. My elementals are tolerant. Very good.
As you go about doing this work, the architect kind of watches this and almost looks off into the distance a little bit. Your friend is nearly finished with his food. I have to see to something quickly and then I will join you. It will not be long.
Okay. I'll let him know.
As the architect wanders through one of the lay gates. Okay. So, while all of that was happening, Mortar, Vinny, and Kirv, the three of you, following Mortar for the most part as he goes about exploring, do you have any intentions as to where you would like to go to first?
I think specifically Mortar's kind of like, his mind is very much dwelling, aside from obviously the whole thing of kind of, Romulus offering the architect, someone who were there just fighting food and stuff. The idea of breaking bread with the enemy is something Mortar is very, very unfamiliar with. It's a concept which he is so alien to him, and he just doesn't get it. So in frustration, he stormed off. But he also did take something from the encounter with the architect, and that was weaknesses. But he doesn't think the architect got his. He thinks that there's something else, and he wants to see if there's a way to potentially remove that weakness to better both himself and also those around him moving forward. So the first thing he's going to do is he is going to look for a library, and he is going to look up different emissary houses that have existed over the years.
As it doesn't take long to find a library. With the will and the want to get there, as you step through the lay gate, you feel almost as if the journey is shorter than it otherwise should be, as it seems certain rooms are cut out of the process for you to get to your destination. As you arrive at what looks to be a grand library, a hall filled with books, and what look to be these almost slates of crystal that are placed where some books should be. You look about the vastness of this library, housing potentially hundreds of thousands of tomes, all of which have been gathering dust, this knowledge from who knows how long just sat here. And as you're looking up and about it is a daunting task that greets you as you hear the sound of movement within. You look forward, and with Vinny and Kirv kind of closely following behind you, you see what looks to be almost this long, veiled figure. It looks humanoid in shape, from what you can tell, as it kind of stands probably about 7 foot tall, but it has this long chain link veil that goes from the very top of what would be its head down, covering its entire form and dragging in a train like behind it. As it wanders, you can hear kind of very subtle scrapings as it takes these steps forward, and as it turns and looks towards you, it begins to walk towards you before bowing its head. How may I assist you?
That's
Hi.
nice. Makes a change.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to say, honestly, I was 50-50 initially, but now I'm at least a solid 95.5%.
Your friend's
Hi,
trial is complete. I have no reason to stop you.
Oh, sick. Awesome. I'm here for a little bit of research. I'm looking specifically for information on the emissary houses that have existed within the last, I don't know, since the atrocities, I guess, up until this time period. I want to know a little bit more about my heritage.
You see this slight almost flash and glow as you hear almost this subtle ticking sound before there's a pause. Information on emissary houses has been provided on table 1. And they gesture towards a table, and you can see that there are several books that are currently being carried over by these tiny kind of orbs, smaller than the overseers, probably more about fist size. And you can see they have these tiny dangling legs that just kind of grab onto these books and these slates, and they just kind of hover over and just begin to place them in a pile. Emissary houses as of the atrocities onwards noted is very thin, but I have provided reference for emissary houses prior to the atrocities.
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. Maybe there's a clue there I can probably shed a bit of light on, but
References
yeah,
can
sounds
be
great.
found on your left from the main seat. Current information that you were seeking is found on the right. And you see that there is a single crystal tablet that's on the right, and then on the left is a stack of books and crystal plates. As in, like, there are a lot of references to prior texts, but this newer one seems to be fairly thin on information.
After kind of this, after this robot basically stops, like, kind of like finishes explaining, Mortar turns to both Vinny and Kirv and goes, "Thank God you're here. I've never been to a library before. I do not know what to do."
You're not the only one.
Uh-huh.
Something you do note, by the way, as a general note for this, you watch as it gestures its hand out towards table 1, where its hand kind of breaks through the chain link veil. You can see kind of this large, almost scythe-like clawed hand just kind of gesture in that direction before folding itself back into beneath the chained veil. This, by all accounts, is a guardian and a keeper. You've met something similar when you went to the research chambers. Crossing this thing is probably not the best idea. It crosses your mind that to destroy any books or crystal tablets here might get you in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to have a Bob incident too in a more dangerous area, so...
Awesome, no worries. I'll note of that guy and kind of go, okay. And you'll turn back to Vinny and Kirv and go, I was thinking, since we're all here, it might be worth us doing some research on some stuff that, I don't know, we might have questions about. For me, I want to know about my house. Maybe a kind of gesture over to Vinny. Maybe it's worth looking up information on mind, slug, snake things, or like the bring of the worm.
I believe it was a worm.
I just have forgotten that we all have worms in our heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Vinny, why don't you go do that?
And then kind of look at Kirv and go, maybe it's worth.
We can't play anymore for copyright.
I lost my train of thought. It's gone.
Kirv's looking at the geese.
I don't. I was going to suggest maybe information regarding the abyss potentially, if that's a place that we're going to.
The pit.
Oh, the pit. Sorry. Maybe it's worth looking into some of these things. I mean, burning questions and all that. Why not here in this ancient civilization?
It's not your worst idea?
Yeah, that's true.
You said you wanted to learn more about your house.
Yeah. Oh, explanation.
Yes.
Right, okay. Basically, to my understanding, or at least very limited understanding of how it works, I'm part of a house of people called emissaries. Essentially, think warlocks, but a gaggle of them, I guess.
Sounds awful.
A gaggle of warlocks, yeah. They've got like a house head. They've got acolytes underneath them. And then they've got fronts and stuff like that. They're pretty big. You can see them not taking the shape of a cult, stuff like that. Big religious kind of organization thing. To my knowledge, I am of one of them, and I
Sorry, for
want
some reason
to...
you're cutting out like every other word.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I believe I'm in one of these houses. If my father is anything to go off of, and the way how our home was structured, I think that I may be tied to something like this. And this, Mortar will kind of hold up his Black Scorpion, is my weapon, though I think I stumbled across mine by mistake, so I may not have been the optimal choice, but here we are. So I want to know a bit more as to what I need to do, because I've kind of been stumbling around in the dark.
I think I understand.
I mean, I've wound up accidentally working for people without really knowing much about them before, and it didn't really end well, so...
Yeah. Well, it might just be worth getting out in front of it, and kind of... Because I have a feeling we're going to probably butt heads with these guys at some point soon. They were not happy about me leaving.
Please keep headbutting out of the library.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, I think maybe it's worth having a bit of prudency and getting in front of this before we end up clashing with potential enemies. Hey, I mean, they might have information on these Silver Cloak guys or the Blue Dragon or something, Vinny.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, dragons are old, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they're both different weird ancient cults, maybe it'll turn out they're enemies. We can play them off
Good
against
shit.
each other.
Oh, good shit, yeah. Hell yeah.
Or
Okay.
if it turns out they're the same people, two of our problems have coalesced into one.
Oh shit. Yeah, there could be a connection.
Yeah. Really, there's only
okay.
good outcomes here. It's
That is
literally
true.
impossible to read a book and not be happy at what you find.
Depends
Is
on the
that
book, I
true?
suppose.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that before, yeah.
I mean... Oh, what do I know? I have 7 intelligence. Oh
yeah.
I'd like to
Vinny's
turn to
smart
the
one,
librarian.
Yeah, you're the smartest one there
Yeah.
with 8
Yeah.
intelligence.
Oh fuck. Oh man.
What a crew
You're
to
right,
Doing the
send.
research. That's
It's
awesome.
so over.
Okay, I was literally about to ask, okay, so who needs some help with research? And just then the 8 intelligence bomb just got dropped. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Oh yeah, and I have no bardic inspirations and no spell slots for enhanceability, so this is all
Awesome.
raw.
Hell yeah. Going in
Oh,
raw.
this is going to be wonderful.
So hold on. I do have something that can help.
Okay.
But it will only help 2 of us. So one of us is going to be in a bit of a lurch. So who do we feel is the least important?
You absolutely let Kirv be.
Sure?
Kirv's fine. Yeah, it's just she's just gonna look about the pit. It'll be fine.
No,
Cool.
that's fine because I have luck now.
Okay, well, Mortar is going to use 7 void charges to cast Precognition.
Okay.
And he's going to do that on himself and on Vinny. And that means, Vinny, you gain +7 to attack rolls, checks, or saving throws for, is that 1 hour? Concentration up for an hour.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, ally. You also gain a bonus to initiative equal +7 to your initiative in case you needed it. And also you can't be surprised, and attack rolls against you can't gain advantage from being unseen. So you essentially gain a +7 to your check and stuff, to your checks while you're looking up your stuff about the brain worms. Or sorry, the mind worm thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's every 2 void charges, so it would be +3.
Oh, sorry. I was about to say, I was like, that's busted as fuck.
No, that's why it's every 2 void charges. So
I see. Sorry, I misread. So
That's all right.
spending 7 would give us +3.
Yep.
Oh, could I spend 8 and give us +4? Or can I only spend 7? Oh, it says 2 to 7. It says 2 to 7, so I can only spend 7.
Yeah, that's the balancing. It gives it +3. So
Okay.
if you were to spend...
So I spend 7 to gain 3.
Yeah, or you could spend 6 to gain 3 as well. Just there wouldn't be the can't be surprised and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we'll need it. So yeah,
no,
I'll
you'll be
use,
having a long rest, so
I'll
6 would be
use
better.
+6.
And keep in mind, if you want this to
I'll use
affect
6.
you as well, you need to spend additional void charges equal to the amount that you spent originally to cast it again on yourself and have the concentration both you and an ally.
Oh, I thought that was the initial. I thought that the initial
Well-
thing was already on me, and then I.
Oh yes, sorry. So while concentrating as a
Yeah.
bonus action, you can spend additional void charges equal to the number you spent to cast this on yourself to grant a target
I
ally within
see.
30 feet of 30 feet. The bonus is if you had cast it on them. This then
Okay.
adds to your concentration. So you can do that
Okay,
multiple
so
times.
if I
So how much do you have?
So I had 10 total,
So if you were to
at the-
spend...
unless we had taken a short rest.
I believe you've used all your short rests.
We have.
Oh, okay.
We have.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
So unfortunately
Okay, so
not.
I could spend
Yeah.
I could spend 10, and that would give Vinny and
So
I plus.
Because if you were to spend
2?
10, you would be able to give... You and Vinny would both get a +2, plus you get the bonuses to your initiative
Beautiful.
rolls and so on. Same would happen if you were to
Beautiful,
spend
yeah.
4. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that then. So I'll just spend 4 then, which would then be 8. So I'd have 2 left.
yep, you'd have 2 left. So that means that
Perfect.
after
So that's a
an
plus.
hour of
So
looking
after
at
all
stuff-
of that, we have a +2.
Yep,
Hell
you
yeah.
and Vinny both have +2s to your attack rolls, saving
Everything.
throws, and ability checks.
Hell yeah. Okay, awesome. And then Mortar will break towards the area where he was being
Okay.
indicated the information on emissary houses before the atrocity was.
The librarian looks to Vinny and Kirv. Are you two assisting him or seeking your own information?
I could
I'm going to be looking for any information you have on psychic worms or the ring of the worm.
You see that it pauses for a moment. Information can be found on table 2. Information on your left is references, information on your right is accurate information which mentions it. And you can see that there are 4 books on the right, and then there is only 1 on the left. So far less references, but more accurate raw texts. So the information you're looking for
Ooh.
might be pre-atrocities.
Oh, good shit.
Interesting. Well, let's get started.
And then it turns to you, Kirv. Are you assisting or looking for your own information?
You got anything on the pit?
Can you be more specific? We have at least 2,000 tomes on the pit.
Well,
Would you
how
like
big are each
his-
book?
Would you like historical references? Would you like depictions? Would you like adventurers' guides and journals?
Ooh.
What would you like to seek?
Well, I'm seeking to survive my trip to the pit.
There are 2 books on surviving the pit. They are on table 3, and gestures for you to go to table 3.
Cheers. And she will walk over.
Okay. So, as each of you take your seat, go ahead and each of you roll me an investigation check, please.
So with the +2, that gives me a flat roll.
Indeed. The DC will be drastically reduced due to the fact that you are in a library containing a lot of information, but do keep in mind you will still want higher rolls to acquire more of that information.
No.
My
Yeah.
exhaustion
Not
is still
bad.
affecting me, right?
Oh,
Yep.
I'm exhausted as well.
I'm gonna spend a luck point on that.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh my
I'm-
god.
Extra D20.
I'm so fucked.
Cool.
So we got a flat 2 on Mortar.
Okay,
Yeah, I got
like
two,
right,
got two.
since that's a 19.
Kirv, who got a
Oh, solid.
6 because it's an 8 minus 2.
Yep, 6.
And we got a Vinny, who got a 19 plus...
Uh, plus 9 total, so 28.
28. Okay.
Arguably the most important one
Expertise,
that we
baby.
could have gotten, to be fair.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Possibly, yes. I need to be right back, but if you go through my... If you just go over the others first, I'll just be a minute.
Yep, that's alright. We'll use this time to take a quick break, because then I can import Lotus's tile. And, yeah, we'll be back in just a moment. So, don't go anywhere, and
Good
then
shot.
I will be giving them information. Which will be
Fair.
wonderful, I'm sure, for everyone
Information.
to... Information.
We like it.
Informat iron.
Yes, the Informat Irons.
My favourite kinds of ions.
Yes.
Would you be able to do the other 2 as well?
What other 2?
Ellie and Trilidex.
The icons?
I suppose...
You don't have to. It was just, I was like, well, if you do it, otherwise we'll probably forget again.
can. Am I just updating your Ellie tile with your...
Yeah.
That one I haven't done yet, so that one I will wait to do.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I will, however, do Trilidex, because Trilidex is one I did do.
Whoop, whoop.
Because I still need to place yours on the correct coloured background.
Ah.
Or your
Yeah, no
updated
sweat.
version on the correct coloured background. Okay, and then there's Trilidex. Okay, so they're all there now. Actually, I'll move Trilidex for the surprise for the party for later. But there is Lotus before you. With all of the little
Aw.
squiddies. And all of the finger paint that you've
Propaganda.
done on it.
Oh,
the
yeah.
graffiti.
Yeah. There they are.
I'm going to quickly be right back. I
Thank
won't
you.
be long. I'm going to be running ads for the stream, so don't go anywhere. It's just so that way there won't be any pre-roll ads later on for those joining. Alright, be back in a moment.
Good shit, look at that.
To make a cup of tea or to not make a cup of tea? That is the question.
Definitely.
I've already
There's
made tea.
nibbler in the mind.
I literally just made a cup of tea and got me some crackers. I was like, yep, I'm gonna get food.
Tell us, what number cup of tea are you on currently, Jamie?
1.
Really? Congrats.
Oh, wow, that's unusual.
I'm taking the bow prep for the shit tomorrow, so.
Right. Sorry for bringing it up.
No, you're good. So, but
Don't
I
worry,
was like,
Jamie will be more sorry for bringing it up tomorrow.
oh, so, ugh.
Thank you, thank you. I'm here all week.
I'm enjoying the last one before. But I probably should be eating these crackers either.
Let's
no, it's
get
right.
down to business.
We just need.
Business.
You know what? No. I'm going to make the healthy choice. It's 30 minutes until 9 p.m. I shall not have caffeine.
Fair, fair. So Chris went over the whole ritual with me, and I'm looking at my notes, and I'm like, yeah, I can't fucking read it.
I can't fucking read.
I can't read my writing. Ah,
That's awesome.
I am my own worst enemy.
That's so good.
For sake. Oh, I tried so hard.
And you got so far, but in the end, didn't even matter, did
Didn't
it?
even matter.
No, it didn't. Genuinely didn't.
Tried so hard and got so far, but didn't even matter, did it?
It didn't
Tried so
matter.
far and I got so hard.
What?
And that.
What? You what?
I tried so far and I got so hard. In the end, it didn't even matter.
What you get up to on your own time is your own concern.
Oh, I'm making it your concern now, everybody. I'm sorry.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So stupid.
All right.
I've got a cookie.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. This is
What
a
if I rolled
chocolate orange
2 on
cookie.
that? So stupid.
Some people don't like chocolate orange. I think
Some
most
don't.
people
people
are
are
weird.
wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
But I don't like chocolate, so.
That is
Oh,
an
okay.
objectively incorrect fact.
Well, not
incorrect
really.
opinion, I
he's
should
the,
say.
That's me. He's the one who would know. You're like,
Yeah.
nah, you're wrong. You love chocolate.
Oh shit!
Rebecca
I've been
just
doing.
gaslights you into-
I've been.
you've been doing
I've been
chocolate wrong.
chocolating wrong for too long now.
Brother, you've been doing
Damn.
chocolate wrong.
Been doing
Rebecca said
chocolate
so.
wrong.
You've been doing chocolate wrong.
You ain't chocolated hard enough yet.
Oh,
We'll show
God,
you what you gotta get down and dirty with.
Ugh, I can't stand chocolate.
That's so weird.
That is
Yeah.
weird. I'm sorry. You are just objectively wrong.
Like, so if I eat a Kit Kat, I can eat like 2 fingers of the Kit Kat and then I have to save the other 2. Otherwise, I start feeling sick.
My word. Yeah, my mum told me that when she was pregnant with me, she got a craving for chocolate cake. And she would like walk on the way home from work, pick up a whole chocolate cake and eat it that afternoon.
Oh my
She blames
God.
me.
Well, if I want to cure my
Yeah,
hatred
get
for
pregnant.
chocolate, I need to get pregnant.
Yeah. Specifically with me though. I
All
don't know how that's gonna work.
right, Jamie. It's time. Get ready.
Fucking word.
Let's get down to business.
And Paladin, someone help! I do not want to birth
The business.
Rebecca.
What do you mean you don't want to birth Rebecca? What has happened in my absence?
Some questions are best left unanswered.
I'll just watch it back.
No, because you've got adverts. Oh, a YouTube thing. That's fine. Nonetheless,
I record it.
that's fine. You can watch it back. Have fun with that.
Okay.
Can I have a copy from my therapist, please?
Yeah, right. So,
Thanks.
just show her the whole episode.
Look,
Let
I'm
her
sorry to
unpack
say
it.
this, but you're unsuited for the rage of war. So give up, go home, and get pregnant.
Oh no. So,
Somehow I'll make a mum out of you. I think.
I'll make a
That's-
mum out of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cursed, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's cursed, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Just,
Mortar.
Hello, mate.
Speaking of
What does
curse,
my 2 get me?
your 2 gets you the following information. Because
Head cut.
it still gets you
And
something.
die.
It
Sorry?
still gets you something because you can still
Oh,
read.
shit. I can.
As much as how much of that information you'll remember is another matter. Just know this, I'm not repeating any of this again. So,
Noted.
that's what your 2 gets you. You've got to remember.
Appreciate that. Oh, okay.
So, when it comes down to emissaries, emissaries are typically bound to a house. You know this already. The houses that an individual emissary would be bound to is typically based on, or is typically widespread across many different societies. For example, a Fey background, or a Fey house, or emissary, for example, known as a Wild Walker traditionally, might pertain to any of the hundreds of different types of courts that would exist within the wilderness itself. As a result, there is no way to look at the list of houses and not realize that there are several hundred to potentially thousands of houses across history, all of which have stemmed from the Feywild. However, they all fall under a category known as a Wild Walker, which is more of a overbranching type based on where they come from.
Like an umbrella term?
Yeah, like an umbrella term.
Okay.
There are others to go with it. Those of an elemental nature are known as core-bound. Those who are more of a hellish or fiendish origin are known as pit-chained. Those who come from more of a draconic background are typically known as horde keepers. Those who come from more of a vampiric origin are known as bloodlords. Those who come from a place of holiness and healing are known as shepherds. And finally, the ones which you know have the most akin to are those of the unknown and those of mystery, or also known as those who come from the astral sea, or unending ocean in some cases is how it's called, are known as the void dwellers. With this,
Mortar begins flicking through pages with that, like kind of specifically focusing on that.
Looking through that, there are hundreds of possible houses and groups that exist within the unending ocean. There are ones of times gone by, ones who are tied in with shadow and light. There are some that are tied into the great sea expanses, those that have crossovers with the core-bound and follow the ley currents. There are those who otherwise simply just exist and are more like pirate-faring factions that exist out in the unending ocean. There are those who follow the native denizens of the unending ocean. The Ortuks, for example, a group of rhino people that have advanced through technology and very rarely tie themselves to magic, but on the occasions when they do, they form great houses, which then become, and where the emissary term of great houses came from initially, you find out. You also note that there are a lot of ones which are mysterious and unknown, ones that tie to gods, some that tie to great ancient creatures, some that even tie to long-lost powers that have died since the creation of their house, but the house still holds power through some means or another. As you're going through this, there are ones which you recognize, ones that you just don't recognize, ones that just stand out a little bit, but they don't seem to hold any kinship. And as you're going through, you find one with a symbol of 2 triangles within one another. And as you
focus on that one for sure.
You focus on that one. And you begin to read and to note the information about this one, and it is one of the many unknown houses among the Void Dwellers. But the main thing to note is that the emissaries who come from this house tend to be ones who either experience for their own personal gain or have experienced pain or loss in great quantities. The individuals of this particular house tend to be fractured, and they tend not to follow a singular goal, more the nature of their instincts. It is mentioned that their numbers are thinning, and they never seem to hold a particular number of people within their given house due to the volatile nature of their people. But this doesn't stop them from existing, and when all of their members seem gone, they seem to reappear. As if out of smoke, they just seem to emerge and wander the world once again. It's not known any information about this specific house, but as you're kind of looking at those double triangles, you just kind of run your finger over the top of it and you feel almost this slight indent where almost there either may have been originally, it was changed or removed for one reason or another, but there is the shape of a teardrop in its center where you can feel almost an imprint as if it were there once before.
Okay. Mortar looks at the kind of the barrel of Black Scorpion. He just unholsters it and he looks kind of, he turns it and looks kind of down the barrel. Does the actual barrel hole look like a tear? Is it shaped like a tear at all?
Not for the barrel hole, no.
Okay, interesting.
With the sight on the end and the nature of it, it doesn't look dissimilar from one, but it doesn't have the same shape structure. It's not been designed as that manner.
Yeah, okay. Don't think I have anything on me that denotes that particular symbol. So Mortar, I think upon kind of seeing that, he's kind of questioning whether or not this symbol was ever specific to him and Black Scorpion, or if all emissaries from the house had his condition, where there were, he read that they were fractured, so did they also have like these strange multiple personalities, and is that tied to a god or a creature or something else? And he's just generally a bit kind of perplexed. He came in with questions, and he's just kind of getting more questions. There's no like names or anything, no references to like a leader of this house.
It references other individuals who have been part of this house. And as you kind of go through and you begin to pick up, kind of looking through the various books, there are a lot of references compared to the one book that you'd read, which seemed to depict and denote a lot of the houses that survived the atrocities. And ones that were noted that did survive, or ones that were noted that were destroyed as part of it. Quite a lot of them were destroyed. There are quite a lot of political shifts that have taken place over the course of the atrocities. It was around 100 years of turmoil, of things going on. So there was a lot of loss of life, there was a lot of political shift, there was a lot of backstabbing. As a result, a lot of houses fell. But some of them have been popping back up. And that's what this book notes. As you're going through, you don't see the name of an author, but the note of the writing seems to be noted about 100 years ago. So someone has written this book and added it to the library in the past 100 years.
I'll definitely call over the librarian and kind of question about this book. Like, oh yeah, this seems, in comparison to all these other books you got in here, this one seems kind of recent. Like, can you tell us who the author is, or was?
The author did not note themselves, but the work was submitted about 115 years ago. It was added to the collection more recently at the behest of the artisan.
The artisan? Who's the artisan?
A keeper alongside the architect, more recently established.
Okay. Take it they don't see visitors?
No.
I guess. Okay, cool. I think this is all the information I'm gonna get. It's been helpful, thanks. I still have a lot of questions. I think Mortar kind of has like an idea as to how to maybe get a few more answers, but he's a little reluctant to do it, at least initially. So he's gonna kind of sit almost and meditate on it, like in a way, like he's just gonna kind of find like a bench or something and just contemplate his next move, kind of just going, all right, like I think I'm gonna wait for the others to finish. I'm gonna get there and see what we need to do there in order to try and move to the next step, because he's got an idea in mind, but he's not sure whether or not it's him being incredibly drastic, and he might need to be regulated.
Okay. As we move on from Mortar, Kirv, you were looking up the How to Survive the Pit.
Mm-hmm. For dummies.
For dummies. As you begin to look through the book, it denotes the mention of the pit and how it starts off with a very comedic series of sentences saying you wouldn't want to take a summer holiday there. But in the event you find yourself in a very difficult pact with a demon and find yourself within the pit one day, here is a simple guide on how to survive the pit. And it goes as follows. Do not eat any of the flora or fauna that you find within the pit. If you find yourself lost, turn to a god for prayer. That is your only way out.
Ooh.
Number 3, don't get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, if you find yourself in the presence of a archdemon, figure out your escape plan. Or say your prayers. And finally, if you're looking to navigate the pit, don't bother.
Yeah.
Either go where you're intending to go, or don't go there at all.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
It's a very useless book as far as you're concerned. But as you're kind of having the look through, you're getting the sense of the pit, for one, is a labyrinthian maze of tunnels and various creatures that all want to try and kill you. Everything's inedible and poisonous, except to those who live in the pit itself, who can quite happily eat one another and cannibalize off of each other because they can. Disease and poison is rife. You're very likely
I'm
to
immune
get
to
lost.
disease.
Oh, that's nice.
None of us are.
Yeah, it's as you're going through and reading this, you're finding that a lot of things are quite just nasty about the pit, and life there isn't exactly going to be easy. And if you get lost, then you're doomed. So you want to either leave and try again, or something else. So going in and not knowing where you're going is going to be a huge downside.
Oh. Could we try to pick up like a bestiary or something? Like check out a bestiary.
You've got one. He's called Beau.
Ooh.
Yeah, but oh shit. Okay, never mind then.
He's a demon hunter. It's his thing.
Fair enough.
He may not be here to defend himself, but he's a demon hunter. He knows what he's doing.
I swear.
Yeah. So
Kirv sort of scratches her chin. What kind of god would answer my prayer?
as you're beginning to go through, you also begin to know that there are some things which are... It's more of the you've gotten past the easy steps and you're now looking at one of the other books, one of the 2 survival guides. This one isn't necessarily for dummies, this one goes into more detail. As you go into going into more detail about this, it seems that everything about the pit is designed to strip away everything that makes you, you. It boils you down to your base instincts. It will destroy every piece of nicety about you and corrupt it. It's the kind of thing that will harm any and every individual who has to stay in there. The most notable thing is that those who come from a highly celestial or highly hellish background are the ones who will suffer the most.
Oh, boy.
Those who come from a highly celestial background will go there and find that their powers begin to not work, as healing magic doesn't work within the pit.
Fuck.
What?
As you begin to note these kind of changes and these adjustments, you're noting that if someone dies in the pit, they will be corrupted very quickly and soon become an undead or a thrall to one of the many archdemons. To hit 0 hit points and reach 3 failed death saves will kill your character and transform you into a demon within the next round of combat.
Fuck.
I don't like that.
Sick.
To note, any healing magic that would normally work won't, but the creatures of the of the pit have learnt to adapt to this, and certain damage types for them will heal them. Most notable ones include necrotic and poison. However, some of them naturally have the capacity to regenerate on their own terms due to the nature of their domains, which they have created specifically for themselves.
How lovely for them.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
It mentions that it is easy to get lost in there, and that if you are as a group, you should stay as a group. To break up and become smaller groups, or to otherwise get lost from your original party, it almost means certain doom, because you're in a situation where, when you're on your own, demons are more likely to band together and pick you off. Likewise, there are a lot of different kinds of demons that will otherwise travel to and from. Some will hunt and kill, others will try to trick and misdirect. Some may seem friendly, but aren't, and some that seem hostile may in fact be friendly, just trying to defend themselves. There is a very strange dynamic here as you're reading through, that there are some demons that seem to be alright with not necessarily making friends, but making acquaintances, but nothing is ever free. And those that are intelligent demons and do exist in the pit are usually there for a reason, and so can't really be trusted. Who was that who disconnected, by the way? Was that Rebecca? Has she just lost internet while I was talking?
Could I go with a lack of responses, possibly?
Yeah, I think it may have been.
That seems likely.
Okay. Well. Alright. So, the rest of you know, the pit is dangerous. It sucks. Don't go there, but you have to.
Don't go.
Can't wait.
Yeah, look forward to the time you
no.
go there and can't heal, so you'll have to be very careful with what happens. Notably,
Lord.
this does not stop you from using short rests and long rests. This is just specifically going to be a matter of healing magic won't work.
So,
Father.
is my magic considered celestial at all? I hope not. With the rune stuff,
Depends.
I don't know how that works.
Healing won't work.
That's
No.
Healing just doesn't work.
What about shield?
Shield will work.
Oh, good. The
like
shield rune.
seems to be
Oh, the shield
exclusively like
rune?
healing.
Temporary hit points.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, good. Right.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Sorry, Rain.
Yep, don't know where it cut off, but basically don't trust anyone or
Don't split
anything
up.
in there. Don't split
Oh,
up.
some
Don't get lost.
might be act hostile, but they're actually nice because they're trying to protect themselves.
Yes. Yeah, so they're trying not to be hunted. Doesn't mean that they're going to be friendly to you, just means that if you avoid them, they're not going to just come after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't trust anybody. The pit is dangerous. Good luck.
Trust everybody. The pit is friendly.
It'll be fine. Yeah, you should go there
Let
immediately.
my party go. I'm staying home.
Yep, sounds good to me. So, that is what you find out. And yeah, the pit sucks. It is also noted within the second book that there are several archdemons of the pit itself, but they change hands so regularly due to the fact that there is massive infighting amongst them, that it's hard to say, and it says that all of the ones that are listed are outdated within this particular book, and the new archdemons do form on the regular, and often travel from place to place or set up domains and households in there.
Hell yeah.
So, finally, we move to Vinny, who got a
28, I think it was.
28, yeah.
28. Because you got the +9 with the +2, right?
Yes.
Okay. With a 28, looking for details on psionic worms, or what was the other thing? Was it the ring of the worm you were
Or
looking
the ring of the worm.
Okay.
Yeah, like as a reference.
So, looking up details for the ring of the worm. The ring of the worm has two purposes. One, it is to infect a host. From what you can tell, it the worm that is placed inside of the person's brain is there to prevent them from remembering specific events. The Ring of the Worm was used as a tool by the Clembric Starks, who, when it showed through one of the references as to what Clembric Starks are, they were a very secretive, very skilled, elite organization with a high death toll to both inward members and the people that they killed, including what looks to be several references to death ledgers that are here in the library. So quite a lot of members of Xakers were killed by Clembric Starks. The Clembric Starks themselves are a very skilled group of assassins, and they used the Ring of the Worm to kind of scour their existence from the political minds of the kingdoms they infiltrated. They otherwise stayed very incognito for the most part, and moved from kingdom to kingdom, setting up bases where they could work, and they would receive alliances from the kingdom. And if the kingdom then decided to change its mind and turn on them, they would scour their leader would scour their existence from the memory of the politician, and then they wouldn't remember, and the army wouldn't come after them, and then they would set themselves back up years later, feigning as if they're a new group willing to help the kingdom, when actually they've been there the whole time. The psionic worms themselves...
Oh my god, they're samurai.
I'll pretend to know what you mean.
That'll be really funny for anyone who watches Dropout.
Yeah.
Oh, him.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe in time. As you begin to look through this, it is also noted that the second use of the ring is that it is a key. It denotes that within the Ring of the Worm itself contains the code with which they can re-find their original leader, who, when founding the Clembric Starks, was actually killed by one of their apprentices, and was then sealed away in an extra-dimensional plane. This nature of how they were sealed caused the Shattered Stones Mesa, as that was originally the kingdom that the Clembric Starks came from.
Shit.
You know the Shattered Stones Mesa to be a massive expanse of stones and wild magic, where the ley currents were torn apart by some event years ago, prior to the atrocities. You now seem to have found the information as to how that happened. It seems the sealing of a great creature or person caused the entirety of the Shattered Stones Mesa to exist because of that event. And it mentions that the ring is one of several pieces to try and bring them back.
Interesting. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, the information that it also lets you know from here, because I need to open up a document on my end, and this is just me trying to remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure the two other items that are required for it are the Wand of the Eye, which, as it notes, can be found... let's see... The Wand of the Eye used to be housed within Xaker's own halls, as it was one of the devices used to seal the Silver Sovereign. The Wand of the Eye itself being a silver metallic wand with two handles and what looks to be almost this ring shape in the center of it. The Wand of the Eye was lost during the initial years of the atrocities, when the one who wielded it was killed. However, it was believed that the wand itself was sold and has been passing hands for several years within the Magocracy to the east of here. And finally, the third item is known as the Cage of Silver, one that was found relatively recently, and is a soft metallic cage about the size of an apple, made of kind of this thin strands of silver. And the Cage of Silver was lost at sea during one of the great maelstroms of the past, and was since been dredged up within the past 120 years.
Fucking hell.
The Cage of what again, sorry?
The Cage of Silver. So there's the Ring of the Worm, the Wand of the Eye, and the Cage of Silver. And they were all used to seal away the Silver Sovereign, who was the leader of the Clembric Starks. So what were you going to ask?
Sorry, 1 second.
Sorry. Given that the high roll, is there any questions anybody else would like to ask on Simon's behalf?
There's no mention as to where
How to
in
get
the...
worm out?
How to worm? How to deworm?
How deworm brain?
There's no mention as to where in the Majocracy the Wand of the Eye went to?
No. Only that it was passed from hand to hand after it was rediscovered. So it is quite possibly in a collector's case somewhere within the Majocracy. But there are no specific details about that.
Okie dokie.
Now that you know it exists, however, a scry can be used on it. You also have an image to see where it is, along with the Cage of Silver and the Ring of the Worm. You now have all three images plus description, so you have the ability to scry on them should you manage to show this information to Ellie.
Oh, that's actually huge.
In answer to the questions about how to deworm, the information that states is that if the only way to deworm, or to get rid of the psionic parasite that is placed within an individual's mind by the Ring of the Worm itself, that the only way to remove it is either via the use of a Greater Restoration spell contained within a ritual, which will then bring forth the worm, where it must be killed before it can reach its host again. And that's how you fight it in the physical realm. The alternative is by using a refracted use of mind-reading spells such as Modify Memory or Detect Thoughts, or of a similar style spells, to enter into the individual's cognition and fight the worm there. Notably, the host themselves will suffer great mental trauma, so they must be prepared for any eventuality of what might come from it. It is also noted that a use of the Mind Blank spell is also a way to make the person immune to the effects of the worm for a short period of time.
Noted.
Let's see. Additionally, a wish spell will only grant you the ability to use a Greater Restoration on the individual and will not actually remove the worm, as it is tied to the individual's existence. To remove the worm could kill the individual instantaneously.
We've all got to fight our worms.
This does tell you one thing, though. You did not infect the others with your worm. They all encountered the Ring of the Worm wielder at some point.
Apart from Beau.
Apart from Beau.
Concerning.
So all of you at some point before meeting Beau met the person who held the Ring of the Worm and were all infected. Because notably, the
Okay.
saving throw for the Ring of the Worm, there isn't one unless they are actively trying to fight it.
It wasn't Carvern, was it?
We don't know.
Beau hadn't met Carvern.
If that were the case, then you wouldn't all be able to remember Carvern. That's the trickiness of
Oh
it.
shit!
While you're all infected, you can't
Okay.
remember what's causing this.
Okay, now I
That's
have a
the
question,
Hydra
Chris.
effect.
Chris, can no, there's no way for me to have that information. Is there any way to sort of like search my memory for blanks in my memory that might indicate some fuckery?
Wild sentence.
Well, yeah, because if someone's being removed, we can't necessarily assume that it's a perfect copy and paste, can we? Like, we don't know.
Yeah, but we also
True.
don't necessarily know if it's like
you also
if
don't
it's
have
like a
perfect
period of time.
memories. None of you have the key
No,
mind
this is
feat.
fair.
So none of you have the perfect memory. So trying to search your memory for something you don't know is incredibly difficult. There's a reason that the Remember Orb from the Harry Potter series is stupid. Because of course you're not going to remember what you don't remember.
Okay, this is fair. This is very fair and reasonable. I do think that it might be worth Ellie doing it because of, phenomenal memory being and intelligence. There's a solid chance there might be something in there.
Maybe. Yeah. But at the same time, there's also a lot of stuff which has been mucked about with...
modified.
With Sochania, with the creature. Things that have been modified already. So the fact that there's something else modifying in there is, par for the course in Ellie's mind. But it means that after meeting Beau, you didn't meet the person, because otherwise Beau would have a memory parasite as well.
Okay.
So, that's the information you get. Are there any questions you have?
Asked about the staff already. Was there any information on where the cage was dredged up?
The cage was dredged up just to the north of Hammerwind.
Interesting.
It doesn't note who dredged it up, but it was noted that it was dredged up during one of the old, when they were delving into some of the old shipwrecks, and some of the Murdu folk who are diplomatic from the areas of the underwater settlements that exist out there. They brought it as a relic to hand off to some of the nobles or individuals of prestigious power within Hammerwind, and from there it was later stolen or went missing.
Okay. If that was a century ago, then that trail could be cold by now, but it's still a good place to start.
Absolutely.
Especially since I think we're heading there anyway at some point.
Yeah, close to Hammerwind at some point.
I believe that is a plan.
Okay, the Clambric Starks, was it?
Yep.
I didn't suppose they have a distinctive uniform of any kind.
Clambric Starks do not have a distinctive uniform. The most notable thing that they have about their uniform is that it is usually quite uniform. It is usually of a singular colour of the chosen individual or the chosen leader's choice, and they do not tend to wear it unless they are in the intention of assassination or work under which they are to proceed. They typically will wear normal clothes and act like normal people, or general civilians, guards, whatever they have been stationed to do, and upon the moment that they would begin an assassination where someone is to know that it was a Clambric Starks who did it, that's when they will change their uniform.
Interesting.
What color were Carvern's scales, out of curiosity?
Silver.
Huh.
She was a silver dragonborn before she was flayed.
Huh. Okay. That's just I don't know
Yeah.
that's triggered something for me, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's possible that's why they needed them. But then,
Either that or she could have been potentially involved and then she was overthrown potentially by Cassius.
I mean, it's possible, but
I don't really see
unless...
to what end though.
Yeah, also, unless Vinny has forgotten a lot more about Carvern than he realized. It seems a bit out of character for her.
Yeah, I mean we've spoken to her and everything, but I mean weirder things have happened.
It's true. Oh, also, as a completely out of character question, are these the guys from Campaign 1?
What do you mean?
That's a yes.
What guys are you referring to from Campaign 1?
Hurricane and his lot.
No. The Clembric Starks were before their time.
Okay.
Yeah. They would probably be... Like, there'd be some similarities between them, but they aren't the same faction.
Okay. Oh, the Clembric Starks believed to be no longer super active then?
Yeah. The
It would
Clembric
be
Starks...
hard to know for sure.
It's hard to know for sure, but the Clembric Starks were believed to be of non-existent after the atrocities took place. Many individuals were killed, and the Clembric Starks no longer really had a job, because their job was to kill high-profile individuals. But when most of those high-profile individuals are them, they've kind of done their job. So they kind of went out of fashion and then just disappeared.
Okay. I think Mortar stands up. And he kind of approaches. I reckon he approaches Kirv and kind of sees. Well, takes a look over her shoulder to see what she's looking at.
You can see that she's looking at pictures of what looks to be the pit.
Sexy demons.
And it's very...
Thick.
Yeah, sure. You found a specific book on sexy demons. You got distracted when you just looked at one of the pages and you're like, how many tits has this thing got?
Oh my
Yeah, and
gosh.
that's side gap. You can see that from the moon.
Damn, that's at least 5 tits.
That's at least 5 tits wide.
Oh my word.
Damn. Cool.
Oh, Mortar. And she shuts the book. Hey.
Mortar's
What's up?
got a massive grin on his face. He's like, oh, interesting.
What do you think?
I see you're an appreciator of the arts as well.
The DM will remember this, that you have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws against the many-titted demon.
An appreciator of fine art.
Indeed. The
Mhm.
finest of art.
Yeah.
Hella fine, some may say. I'll just kind of go, okay, I think I've got a plan as to what I want to do next. I'm happy to go on ahead if you have other things that you would like to do.
I'm putting this one in quotes chat just so you can appreciate the pun.
Thank you. I didn't
okay.
actually hit the TH there. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I do what I can.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Well, I'm not getting much luck here. The answer really is to just not go to the pit, really. But
Oh well, we can't really do that. Hey Vinny, any luck on your end? Just shouting over to Vinny.
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, sick. Shall we?
yeah, I guess we both venture over there.
There. Kirv found a 5-titted demon.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Research.
Okay. You fill them in
Oh,
with
yeah.
all the details.
Yeah, we high five after you say
Yeah.
research.
Okay, so most important takeaway from all this.
Mm.
Sometime after grouping up, we've met whoever has the ring.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the ring is the only way to infect people, so we must have met them and don't remember them.
Why wouldn't we
Okay.
remember?
Because
think
that's
it's
what
for
worms do.
memories, right? Doesn't it eat
Oh,
like memories or shit? Like that's
so this
Yeah.
was probably not that long ago. I mean, I imagine it must have been since we all came together.
well, it was before we met
Except Beau.
Beau.
Since he's not infected.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, it's possible that we were all infected separately.
Uh,
But then that is one powerful person. I mean, they would have had to go to hell and back for me.
For starters, yeah.
and I'm a pretty potent psychic. I mean, I would have thought I'd detect some kind of intrusion. But I mean, either way, how are we supposed to find someone that we don't even remember?
Well, there are ways to defeat the worm.
Okay, right.
We could fight it inside of our brains, like we were trying to do already.
Uh-huh.
Or
We were using detect thoughts previously, but if you use other spells, you can have a better shot at it.
Okay.
The main problem being the collateral damage of that fight is our brains.
Yeah. Yeah, we need those.
Well,
Shut
Some
up.
of us do.
I was
Shut
going
up,
to say
David.
the highest intelligence among them is 8. Just saying to them, collateral damage on brains
Yeah.
is 7 intelligence. Going, we need those.
If anything, that means we need our brains more.
Yeah,
You've only got 7 intelligence to
we don't have any
lose.
to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad to say. I got like 7 brain points up there. That's not good for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you guys, if you want to stick around in here. I mean, it sounds like you've gotten some answers. Do we kind of know? Do you have like any heading or anything as to like where we can? I don't know. Maybe start searching or anything from those books or.
Sort of.
Okay.
The rings are part of a set.
Okay.
It's possible that if we find the other two, we'll run into whoever has the ring.
Okay. So what were the other 2?
There's a staff. It's called the Staff of the Eye.
Wand of the Eye.
Wand of the Eye. It
Okay.
was in the Majocracy at one point. It was being traded around. No idea if it's still
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And a cage.
Like a literal cage, like a kennel.
As far as I know, yeah. I'll
Oh.
show them the image of it in the book.
The image is
Huh.
of what looks to be something very akin to a kind of a spherical cage, but it's about the size of an apple.
Huh. Smaller than I thought. Okay.
I mean, these were assassins. I guess they'd want it to be concealable.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, portable.
No idea what happens to anything that's put inside it.
I was about to say, I mean, feel like you could really, I don't know, imprison a really nasty chipmunk in there, but other than that, I think pretty ineffective. But anyway, so will hunting these things down, like, what will that do? Will that stop them from being able to brain parasite other people? Do they need all 3 to do that, or is that just an ability the worm has? Sorry, the ring
No,
has.
the ring does that on its own. They
Shit.
were used to lock up some really powerful guy. Used to be the leader of their assassin guild.
Ooh.
Apparently
Okay.
went by the name of the Silver Silver Sovereign.
The Silver Sovereign. Can't say I've ever heard
Alliteration.
that before. Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fancy.
it rolls off
Yeah,
the.
he's got a cool name, which means he's probably
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah,
What?
but I mean,
No.
the Silver Sovereign. I mean, at least that ties the silver cloaks of the townspeople. That we, it ties them to that, I suppose.
Yeah. It's a
So
huge
there
leap, but I'm assuming that they're probably trying to free him.
Wouldn't he be dead?
Hmm.
Yeah.
If he could be killed, I would have assumed the League of Ultra Powerful Assassins would have just done that.
Well, I suppose so. I don't know.
Can't argue with that
Okay.
logic. I can't lie.
So, following that, then, our goals become to collect these 3 items and destroy them.
We could try destroying them. If we get them and keep them out of their hands, then they can't use them.
Sick. Well,
If we
apparently I'm
get them and
supposed
they
to.
come after us to get them back, we can kill them then.
On my to-do list is to destroy artifacts to make this more powerful. Hold up, Black Scorpion. That's on my to-do list, apparently.
Okay.
Remember, that wasn't your
Yeah,
next to-do
putting them
list.
putting that up against one of these artifacts sounds like an unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
Hmm. Yeah,
Which-
maybe not my best idea.
It could be interesting to witness. We should probably try
Oh,
and
for
witness it
sure.
from a distance, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So I guess with that, maybe it's worth, I don't know, like, does anybody have like a illusion spell or anything like I don't know, like a minor illusion or something?
I can minor illusion, I think.
Sick. And because we could show Ellie these potentially, because she's good at finding stuff, right?
Yeah, she is. I'll
Okay.
call over the Guardian. Is it possible to take any of these books out temporarily?
The librarian wanders over. Which one are you wanting to take?
I'll pick up the one with the images and descriptions of the items. Not out of the whole facility, just to see a friend. She's with the architect, if that helps at all.
What pages do you need?
I'll hold up the relevant pages.
Pull out the ones you need, please.
You rip them out.
You hear the sound of almost this strange scratching sound of like metal scratching metal from the interior before one of the clawed hands kind of reaches out and passes you what looks to be each of the pages with the replicated image on it and the information from that page, where it has quickly scribed out those pages for you.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
If you still wish to take the book, you can. Late fees begin at 1 platinum.
Ugh. I hurriedly chuck the book down on the back down on the table.
Oh, holy shit! No, go away.
One poor sod who's stuck in time stasis has accrued such a late fee that he's like, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Because he took the book with him into time stasis.
He wanted something to read, not really understanding how it worked.
Poor guy's just going to come back out and be bankrupt. No, I have nothing. I have a debt of 10 million platinum to pay off.
And it's only growing.
Because I don't have the book anymore.
And I'm frozen in time.
This is the Futurama joke of Fry getting like 10,000 years of interest on
Yeah.
his $20 saving account. Except all
In
the numbers
reverse.
are negative.
Yep. So,
Oh my word.
your debt just accrues more interest. Oof.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's great. We've got this. It means that we could potentially start tracking down more of your stuff and get rid of these brainworms.
Hmm.
Sick. Okay.
Oh, I'm actually not sure if we can use the ring to get rid of the worms, but oh yeah, it turns out there is a way to summon them outside of the brain.
Oh, that's great. How do we do that?
Where I'll flip back over to the page. You cast, what is it? It's using a Greater Restoration rune.
Yep. Greater Restoration Rune combined with that of a ritual. One that Azera said he was going to try and figure out how to prepare ahead of time. So this is
Okay.
something Azera was already
Hey, we could
taking
potentially.
steps for. The main thing to
Brilliant.
We could.
main thing to note is that once it is out of your head, it is still an incredibly dangerous creature, because it retains its size. So, where in your cognitive realm it is effectively it's a parasitic brainworm that probably be about the size of a skyscraper or so. It's a very, very big thing. It's going to retain that size comparison to you in the material.
Yeah.
So it's a
Okay,
very
I get the-
dangerous thing to summon. Additionally, if
So-
it manages to get back to its host, who has to be separated from it, then it will reinfest the host and all of the damage done will be undone.
Guys,
you
we should
could-
summon it off a cliff.
How do we know this thing would obey the laws of gravity, which actually, now I think about it, Kirv wouldn't know about? Never mind.
What, you don't know about the laws of gravity?
Nah, she wouldn't know.
She's like, fuck gravity. I live by my own rules. Okay, I mean, hey,
I mean, it could
that's
fly.
a start, I guess.
So it's notable that fighting it in or outside of your brain is both are very dangerous. Fighting it inside of your brain means that if you have a way to suppress it in some form or a way to go in there with the rest of your group, then it's actually safer to fight it inside of your brain. But if you summon it outside of your brain, it can suddenly then become a lot more collateral damage, because instead of it just being, oh, someone's taking psychic damage, it can suddenly be, oh no, this thing has eaten Romulus and now it's back inside Vinny's brain, so Romulus is now trapped inside of a cognitive worm inside of Vinny's brain, and Romulus will die if you can't get him out in the next 5 minutes. Which you're not going to be
Immediate
able
brain
to do
surgery.
in that time because he's
Popping
trapped
his
inside
head
of Vinny's brain.
So, I'm sorry, Vinny, sacrifice must be made. Just chop off the top of his head and just start rummaging around.
Okay.
I'm coming, buddy!
Where's Romulus? He doesn't come back, and it's like, no! Mortar's just there, bits of brain all over his hand.
It's like, it was so worth it.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do this until we figure out a way to kill them really quickly.
Yeah, I get the feeling that psychic damage is not going to be the best to deal with. So I think I'm going to be.
There's only one way to find out.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But
It's noted.
In the meantime,
Looking through the book with the 28, it doesn't seem to be there's any information on how to remove the brainworm outside of those methods. And even then, those methods are just mentioned to not do anything. The brainworm will die on its own when the person who used the ring dies. So killing the person who actually infected you will actually remove the brainworm, because all of a sudden, your inability to remember them doesn't matter anymore.
that's the point, Chris. So I have actually died. Do I still have my brainworm?
Yes. Because you were revived in time that you
Oh.
didn't incur any further damage to your brain.
Question.
Oh.
How long do you have to
Safe.
be dead for before the brainworm dies as well?
How long is the timer on True Resurrection?
Like,
100
I
years?
think True
80?
Resurrection. I think 200 years for True Resurrection. Honestly, maybe longer.
So yeah, that long.
That's stupid, but fair.
I mean, look,
Okay.
if we're restoring a brain with True Resurrection, then the thing that's inside the brain will come back, because it counts as part of the brain when the creature was alive.
God, I hate parasites.
Okay.
We really need to develop a psychic deworming tablet.
Well, get in touch with Elzian.
Okay. So I'm.
You know what? That is actually possible in the timeline, isn't it?
Maybe
So
one day.
I think that probably my next point of call. I'm gonna head back to the prophetic vault.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Is that
can't.
the one with the dragon?
Yes, the one with the dragon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the. I nearly repeated myself. I don't seem to be kind of getting the answers I want here. They kind of gave me a summary of what an emissary was, which was helpful. And they said that there's a few of my type of kind of emissary around, but I don't really understand kind of the nature of kind of how it works. And I think that probably the only way I'm going to know how is to get to the source. And the closest thing I felt to the source is when I died and when I entered that. So I think I may find answers there.
I'll tag along.
Yeah?
Yeah, move with you.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I mean, so long as I'm not holding you guys up, you know.
I think I've done about enough research for one day.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a lot of reading. And hey, result.
I mean, I learned how to do this sort of stuff from a very good teacher, but I don't think I'm a very natural fit for it.
What,
My
reading?
head hurts now. Yeah.
Oh, I feel that. You get to a point where they start dancing across the page. Alright. Okay, well, I'm gonna head there now, so if you guys want to come, or I can meet you there.
No, I'll come along.
Okay, cool.
As the three of you head off, as Romulus is preparing the food, as Ellie is still working on the ritual at this point, after doing several hours of research and some contemplation on Mortar's part, you travel off to the scry tree. As you arrive at the base of the scry tree, the doorway once again open before you. You take a moment to breathe, catch this moment, focus before stepping in. I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. Here we go. I believe I have a +5 to this now because of the level up. Let me just double check. Oh no, I have way more to wisdom. I have a +10.
Yeah, because you have proficiency.
Oh, that's a 28.
28. Death is scary, but you have spent the past hour preparing for this. Thinking on it, meditating, considering. And that's enough. As you step into this room, you stand there solidly, knowing what to expect. You look down, you see the void. You look about, you see the void. And there is a moment of trembling, but you hold yourself in that moment. Your friends, Kirv and Vinny, step through after.
God, I hate this place. Yeah, Mortar kind of forces his eyes open, like forcing himself to look ahead, because he knows if he turns around and looks back at the light, he's gonna make a beeline to go back there because he's so much more comfortable there. He's like, the whole point of this is for me to try and scour or to try and commune with this area, this space, to find the answers which the library couldn't give to me, and turn to Kirv and turn to Vinny and kind of say, thanks for being here, guys. I don't really know what to do from here. I think I just need to sit for a bit. Not gonna lie, I'm really fucking scared right now.
Let's all sit.
Mortar plonks down on his butt, cross-legged.
Yeah, Kirv
Okay.
sits.
You sit. As you sit on the kind of the hard surface you know to be crystalline, but with any lack of reflection, almost seems like you're sitting on air. The logic being outweighed by the instinct in most cases. As you take a sit down, you try to focus as best you can. What are you hoping to reach out for?
Mortar is hesitant to close his eyes because he's like, the whole point of me is to connect with where I feel like my fear comes from and where my power comes from, because to my knowledge, they're the same place. And I need to overcome that fear and embrace what I'm supposed to be. So I think what Mortar's doing is he's looked at he's been very much rooted into his path, very much so, to the point where he refuses to let go of old habits in terms of his hunting, his all of these things which made him who he was when he was younger, the things he had to do in order to survive. And he's in a new place now, he's with new people. And I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to commune with the void, the flayed entity, and the shadow child who gave him the fate dice, Anonymous. And I think he wants to let go of his past and try to move forward by embracing what he is rather than actively running away from it now, because he's been running for many, many years from where he's supposed to be. And upon hearing that the Wand of the Eye is in the Majorocracy, it's only a matter of time before he has to return home, and face the demons which scared him off from there in the first place.
Okay. Focusing on that commune in this moment, as you try to focus on it, of reaching out in this moment to those effects. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
That is a 5.
Okay.
A juicy 5.
Vinny, you were going to say something?
Yes, just while Mortar is doing this, I think Vinny is going to, in the quiet of this place, pull out his lute and begin to play a little.
Okay. As you begin to play a little bit, the tune.
Yes, initially this is similar to the kind of music that Vinny would play during a Song of Rest type situation. Just
Love
trying to
that.
keep everything calm and help Mortar to ground himself as best as possible.
Yeah.
As
Yeah, I
the-
feel like there are definitely moments where he feels like that he's kind of slipping, where he feels like he's looking too deep and he's going to get sucked in, but he just feels he just hears the notes and he kind of feels himself being grounded. He just tries to remember the warmth of Kirv's hand when he died, kind of in his hand, and just tries to focus on those two things while he tries to commune.
As you try to focus, the muddle of everything, the mixed emotions, the want to run from this, but the acknowledgement that you have to face it, the love that you experience with your friends around you, the newfound family with the friends around you, the companionship, the warmth of that, hearing the fact that, one, you came to fight your demons, your death, And you aren't alone. You have two people beside you, one of whom allows you to focus on warmth, the other allowing you to focus on sound. And as you kind of breathe in and out, kind of the light plucking from Vinny, you begin to almost not speak, but hum initially, as something begins to take hold. And if you'll permit it, I believe this would be a good time to play what you sent me.
Do it.
Okay. All in Discord, quiet, please.
You're a void dweller, hiding just beyond the veil, void dweller. Something lurks beyond the pale. Void dweller, let me show you what's in store, void dweller. Secrets hid beyond closed doors. Now my void dweller, take my hand, I'll give you more, void dweller. Drifting closer to the more, void dweller. Shadows dance behind your eyes, void dweller. Sinking deeper, no surprise. You're a void dweller, a grotesque parody of life, void dweller. Life of misery and strife.
You play that song, Vinny, in response to the words as Mortar sings them, says them. Almost an instinctual moment for him. As you begin to play, the ink from songwriter drips, forming these images around Mortar of more versions of Mortar. Each of them looking different and doing different things, as if called forth by these words, as Mortar looks up and around, continues saying these words as they're coming to him. You see the likeness of a child among one of them, you see a tall, hooded figure. You see another of a humanoid. A large wolf-like jackal head, adorned where their head would otherwise be, blades before them as they stand there looking down at Mortar in this moment. You see a large khopesh in one hand and a sickle in the other as they stand there before Mortar, the blades at their side, just looking down at him as he sings this up. You watch as Mortar stands almost in defiance of this, as the other ink creations of Mortar stand there, all drawing their own weapons, all unique, all not quite Black Scorpion, as they all look towards the figure, turned and facing toward them. A moment of clarity, almost. And as you play the song and it comes to an end, the ink drops to the floor and dissipates. And in that moment, Mortar, you feel a chill almost run over you. And you feel the sudden weight on your hand, and as you look down, you see a ring has formed on your index finger of what looks to be a black steel of some form. The icon of two triangles and a teardrop in the center as it marks itself, clinging to your finger. And as you look at it, you feel this sudden connection. And as you almost reach out for that connection, there is a moment that holds you back. Do you wish to reach out to the connection?
I think Mortar looks back at Kirv and Vinny, kind of searching, not for permission, but more, I don't know, comfort, I suppose, more just support.
The two of you note this moment of inner reflection and difficulty, seeing what has happened, seeing the trials of it, plus the figure who stood before, who you assume is the enemy who Mortar refers to. As you kind of sit there, Kirv, you took all of this in, and you see the almost twisting inside of Mortar as he seems to be conflicted with this. And Vinny, as you've played this music inspired by the words spoken, as you let the inspiration carry you forward, the words and the moments of songwriter portraying something, you also see this difficulty, this storm that rages within, which explains a lot about Mortar. And yet, in this moment, he seems to be deciding whether to carry on with the storm or fight it. And right now he needs your support. So what do the two of you do or say? Well?
Mortar,
Yeah.
knowledge will be your strength here. You wanted to learn more. We'll be here when you get back.
Mortar nods. You see that tears welling up in his eyes.
You've overcome everything else this far. You'll overcome this as well, and you'll be stronger for it.
I think before Mortar's resolve tightens any further, he walks towards both Kirv and Vinny and hugs them both tight. Just one arm over each of them, pulls them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And holds them for a minute, just holds them tight, And then remembering how it felt, that body, he uses that to steel his resolve, and he walks back to the spot of where he was. He kneels on one knee, planting the ring against the vacuous floor beneath him, and he bows his head, extends his other hand, and connects.
As you reach out for that connection, the moment takes you as you feel the connection begin to pull you one way, and then another, and then another. And you feel that there are distinct differences, choices you can make here in this moment. You feel one of them is cold, but collected. You feel it as though it's harsh in its measures. Cruel to a degree, but also necessary. To another, you feel a mixture of hot and cold, an expression of turmoil, of change, of difference, of uniqueness, of autonomy as well. The act of choice, otherwise embedded within something or some things. And finally, the last of these three threads you feel is warm. Warmer than the other two. But also it feels wrong in some fashion or another. It feels torn. It feels shifted. It feels distracted. It feels like it doesn't want, but it's here anyway. Which of these three threads do you reach out to?
So my choices are cold, cruel, but necessary. Hot and cold, suggesting choice. And the third is warm, but wrong.
Correct.
I think Mortar will go being bolstered by his two friends who stand behind him, the song that Vinny was playing. He doesn't realize it, but he's consciously or subconsciously, humming it just under his breath. And as he does so, just remembering what it felt like just to hold his two friends to him, and in that gesture show everything that he can't say to them for his own weakness. He reaches out and grabs what he considers to be the toughest thread that he will ever grab, the biggest challenge of that he feels lays before him. He grabs the cold, logical thread, the thread that goes against every single fiber of his being, the one where emotion does not run ragged, one where his rules are flipped upside down. And he whispers to himself, "It's time for a change." And he grabs it.
As you grab hold of that cold thread, you feel the ice almost course through your veins, and in that moment you feel the chill wash over you, and you look up as you feel the presence pull you that way, as you see before you a hand outstretched as you reached and grabbed their hand, clasped in a friendly grip, as almost as if to pull you upright as you hold a flayed hand, as it pulls you upright onto your feet. You see the head to toe flayed individual, no skin, exposed muscle and vein. You see the blood vessels, the capillaries, the nerve endings, just kind of sticking out almost like hairs from the body. You see in the gruesome detail no eyes where there would be. You see that the muscle and skin, and what would have been skin, has almost stitched over the eyes and the nose, but the mouth is there in almost this brilliant and horrifyingly sharp-toothed grin. As uneasily it feels like it's watching you as it lifts you to your feet. And as it smiles at you, you watch as a cloak drapes across its form over its head, obscuring where eyes may have once been. And it turns, and it almost waits as if it's waiting for you to follow.
Mortar does so, wordlessly, just overcome by the cold in that moment, the grin. I think in a strange part of him that hasn't awoken for a long time, he feels a similar grin beginning to pull at his own lips as well, as he follows.
Okay. As you step forward in this moment, following this figure, as each step they take almost echoes upon that expanse of void that you were in just a moment ago, Vinny and Kirv, you watch as Mortar stands and begins walking off. And as he begins to walk, you watch as almost his form begins to fade, as if going translucent and then transparent. You see wisps of him almost trailing back in these thin, almost grey threads as they pull away from him, as if he is unravelling in that moment. And
Okay.
as you...
Oh, fuck.
Before Mortar's fully vanished, I'd like to call out. There'll be food waiting for you when you're done. Don't sit it out just because you hate that guy.
Okay. As you shout this out, Mortar, you hear this.
Romulus got over a 25 cooking this. You're not going to want to miss this meal.
Oh, for sure, bro, for sure.
that'll get rid of all your points of exhaustion.
There's a picture of in Discord as well that Mortar checks on his phone quick. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh, man. And if it had been just maybe a few more higher, you might have grown your leg back. You wouldn't, but it would be funny.
Oh, motherfucker.
As you...
Listen,
question,
proteins gotta go somewhere.
If I find a way to get a 40, Chris, will you let me grow limbs back with my food?
I'll say this. Either if you find a magical ingredient or you somehow manage to get a 40, maybe. Maybe. There might be a little bit of growth back. It might require multiple weeks of worth of food, but Romulus's cooking is enough to bring people's legs back.
You might give me like a little nubbin. You might give me a little nubbin.
It'll just be like that Deadpool scene with the tiny
Remind
hand.
me where it's cut off from. Like, is it thigh or is it knee?
I
think it's the knee, isn't it?
I think it's the knee.
I think it's like
just below or just above.
And then he's
the knee,
also
I think.
he's also missing an arm just below the elbow.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like it starts to grow back, but it grows back like not from the bit where it should be. So you start off with like toes coming out, and then it just slowly grows down.
I was thinking you were gonna say like the forearm comes out of the knee and the.
Oh no!
He's got a hand where a
leg
foot
comes
should
out
be,
of
and
the
a foot where a hand should be.
Also just riding in pain. Somebody kill me.
Get a surgeon, switch them round. Mrs. Cooking is demonic. So, you hear this call from Vinny, Mortar, and in that moment, you don't need to look back. You watch as the creature before you turns and looks back. And as, in this moment, the rest of you can't see the creature, only Mortar can. You see there's a moment where it looks at you and then it nods to you, Mortar. Almost in acknowledgement of what was said.
Mortar doesn't look back. He continues looking forward as is the way that he needs to right now. But he does extend his arm out to the side and hold up a thumb in response, like in a thumbs up, before whatever happens.
You put a thumbs up. The creature turns and continues walking and as Mortar continues walking, the thread kind of peeling away. The two of you are left there. Boy, that was fun to watch. And you both turn around and see the dragon's just been sat there the whole time, just kind of watching from behind the two of you.
He's like whistling the tune to himself as well. He's like,
Yeah, I did. After you sent it to me and watched, I got downstairs and I was just humming it, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be stuck in my head.
yeah.
So as Mortar wanders off in this moment, the threads peeling away and he disappears before your eyes, the two of you head back in preparation for the meal. And
I don't suppose I could ask
Mortar's
the
return.
dragon guy something, sorry, before we
Go for it.
Kirv visibly like flinches when she hears his voice.
Fuck! How long were you there?
I heard the music and came over. I've been mostly under the water, just listening.
Oh, this
It's
is where you
vibing.
live, isn't it?
Yeah.
Since I'm here, I don't suppose I could ask you something.
Depends, but go on.
What does it depend on?
Whether I want to answer.
I suppose that's fair enough. Yeah, So we got talking with the architect. Well, I say talking. He mentioned something. He mentioned that it wasn't just random chance that I was here.
No.
Do you know what he meant by that?
Yes, but I'm not permitted to say.
Permitted by who?
That I also cannot say.
Is
You'll
it the
underst-
architect?
You'll understand in time.
I would like to understand now.
If you understand now, it'll never happen.
It sounds like something that's already happened.
And yet, I can't tell you.
Well, you can, you won't.
Correct. Roll me an intelligence save.
Oh, God.
It's like watching two brick walls have an argument.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Intelligence save. That is a 21.
21.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Aura of protection coming in clutch.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to double check because I don't know if we updated your Aura of protection after the update. Anyway, either way, as you kind of look up at him and he looks down at you, there's a moment of realizing that neither of you two are going to budge. You know, you could pester him for the rest of his life and he wouldn't. He wouldn't budge.
Is there any advice, at least, you could give?
Keep going on the path you're going. It'll make sense.
Path to the pit?
Possibly.
Possibly? Fine. Fine. Yeah, and I think Kirv's done.
I've just realised what your saving throws are now that your charisma's 22 after that most recent level up. Oh boy, you're never going to fail a charisma saving throw again with a 6 plus 16 to your save.
Awesome. Awesome.
The
You
rest
guys
of you
need to let me lead more conversations with NPCs. Nothing would go wrong.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
And you've also all going to get a plus 6 to your saving throws when you're within 10 feet of Kirv.
Oh, hell yes.
Awesome.
Wait, is that
Anyway.
+6 now?
Yeah, because your charisma's gone up.
Oh, that was the modifier. Got it.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Ah, so good.
Nice.
I know.
Curve OP, you gotta
15
love
the
it.
dex saves. And even if I fail, I pass anyway.
So,
Really eliminates the risk factor at a higher level.
yeah, it's as if I'm going to have to figure out ways to get around that.
Easy. Spell save DC of 40, 30 AC.
No, that's just unfair. The easy answer is just, don't have there be saving throws. Just have it all be attack rolls. But then I have to worry about Ellie. So then all I've got to do is try and figure out a way to separate all of you, which is easy enough to do. Get a big enough creature, you can only, if you want flanking, you have to be on the other side. Anyway.
Or just put something mildly distracting in the way, and one of us will want.
Hey, look, a strawberry tart. Mortar runs off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or just use cantrips, since those technically don't trigger evasion.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true.
If it's alright, I'll say Kirv turns to Vinny and says, I said to Mortar I'd be here when he gets back, but you're welcome
Aw.
to head off.
All right then. You two might want just the two of you when he gets back.
Oh, why?
I'm quite sure I wouldn't know.
What is it with people speaking in riddles today? Alright, cool.
Did you know that Mortar could sing?
There's a lot of things about Mortar I don't know. But it was a pleasant surprise.
Right, I'll leave you be.
Get back safe.
Oh, just gotta hope I don't get lost.
So, as Vinny, you wander off back. As Kirv, you kind of sit there and wait patiently. Mortar.
Hey, buddy.
The cold claims you as you follow the creature. Moments pass and feel like minutes, hours, weeks. You aren't entirely sure how far you've gone, how far you've walked. You don't understand time in this current context, but as you do, you feel your body beginning to almost thin as you continue to follow. As time drags on, you begin to feel almost the peeling of your skin as it begins to slowly unravel, strands of it almost curling back like old wood carving chips that just peel and then fall away.
Ugh.
You note this, you feel bleary-eyed, cold and weary as you follow, until eventually you see something in the distance. As you arrive, you see the creature stop at the edge of what looks to be, from what you can tell, almost a ravine of some form. You've been walking through a void, but something feels different here. There is almost a darkness and a negative light to it that's different to the void you were walking in. As the creature looks back at you, you almost feel a slight reflection to it as you look down and see that your skin has dried and peeled away, revealing a very vitalized set of fine muscle beneath. You see almost slight peaks of bone where the muscle doesn't quite wrap around it. Sections where there would be scars on the back of your hands, where you see veins begin to roll over it, the ones that you can see when your hands are warm, or when you see the subtle blue through your skin. You see that in this moment, but on the surface. And you look down at your hands and you feel almost tense, like your muscles have been stretched to beyond anything they'd be normally able to. your body suddenly sensitive to everything around, as you feel almost this gust of wind come up from the ravine and over you. You feel these tiny grains of sand that begin to almost blow against you, almost beginning to reveal a memory. And as you kind of close your eyes, shielding them with your flayed hand, you open them once more, and you're standing on the edge of a desert of black sand. You see a basin of stone around the exterior behind you, the edge of the ravine, perhaps. And as you look back, you see the edges, and you remember the path, the one you climbed. The one when you were just a boy. And you look out and you see the sand rolling endlessly off in the distance. And you see a hooded figure standing there, turn and continue walking deeper into the desert. Do you follow?
Yes. Yeah.
As you
Absolutely.
press on, each footfall seeming a weight. The muscle, although intertwined and forming this layer out the outside, flayed skin is still flayed skin, and sand is horrible to skin. But what about when it's underneath it? And in this moment you feel the grating, the shaving of muscle, the scraping of sand against bone, your joints aching as you press on, covering yourself as much as you can as the flayed creature steps, leaving imprints in the sand of these heavy footfalls as it walks ahead of you. You feel the scratching against your face, your eyes. It hurts, it stings, it's pain, it's clear, but it's still cold despite the blazing heat of the day.
Mortar's gritting his teeth, like he is in lots of pain, but he remembers what Kirv said. I'll be here when you get back, and he remembers. He thinks of Vinny, thinks of Romulus, thinks of Ellie, thinks of thinks of everyone that means everything to him, despite the fact that he can't always vocalize it the way that he wants to. And he bears down deep, and he thinks about how every time Romulus would get like battered around, he would get back up and jump straight back into the fray. He'd think of Vinny's unwavering confidence and ability to always move forward regardless of anything. Thinks of Ellie's incredible optimism and like the way that she's able to be so creative with her magic and everything, and the amount of wonder she can bring despite being in such a terrible place. Thinks of Beau and his abilities with his weapons and everything, the skill which he had honed over so many years, which rivaled and even dwarfed Mortar's own. And then finally sees Kirv. What's to say? He keeps pushing forward for something bigger than himself for a change.
As you step forward, each laboured step an indent in the sand as it crawls beneath you. You take these steps, these heavy, weighted steps, like shards of glass digging into you. You move ever forward following this figure. Hunger and thirst take you. Moments when you feel like you should be dead passing by. The need for water gone within a matter of days, perhaps? You're not sure. The need for food shredding before you. As you feel almost this weightiness disappear, this clarity in absence as it clings to you. You step forward, step by step by step, following forward in the sand until you feel your step hit something not sand, stone. And you look up, and before you, you see the sight that you remember oh so many years ago. You see a city. Not much of one, granted, but large enough for a community of several thousands, tens of thousands, possibly even 100,000 by the time you left. You see people, or rather slaves, moving to and from. You see figures, humanoid, made of red crackling lightning, floating in the sky nearby, watching over the work of the people as they move to and from. Prisoners here. You see traders who have come in and have set up camp nearby, but never actually enter the city itself for resting. Fear gripping them. You look about and you see soldiers, acolytes, individuals of skill brandishing firearms, made of that dark grey steel that you've seen so many times of when you were shot at back in Paloon, when you first met Damien, when you almost got his brother killed for a second time.
Yep.
As you look about, you look up at the grand figure that takes your vision in that moment, a ziggurat of immense proportion, carved from slaved stone, blood. The fleck still visible on the edge of the stone where it was carved by emaciated hands, individuals pressed into doing so. You see statues of the same stone carved and brought into being. You see people in cages. Criminals, perhaps, but criminals under the justice of the one you know sits at the top. Someone who themselves would be branded as a criminal. You look about and you feel the terror of this. Where you have seen the festivities in other cities. You've been to them. You've witnessed what they're like, the happiness that this world has. When you stood in Braylin, on the precipice of it, you saw hanging lanterns of light. You saw people happy and cheery and moving around. Here you see grey carved stone, dark sand, and in place of lanterns you see sinew and skin. You see bones hanging from strings across the roads. You see skulls on pikes, bodies drawn out and left to be fed to the vultures. People carved open, skin and organs placed out for display, a grand buffet for the vultures and the acolytes who cannibalize on them. This is home, or was home. The flayed creature turns to you and continues walking down the thoroughfare.
Mortar limps after him. Every step is a new nightmare. Every bone in his body is begging him to stop moving, to lay down, and to just stop. His feet are aching. His skin is burning, or what's left of it, all flayed away like horrific ribbon. But he thinks again of his goal and why he's here, and he continues forward, following the blade figure.
As you make your way through the thoroughfare, and eventually to the base of the ziggurat where you begin to climb those steps, those dreaded steps, basins filled with blood along the outskirts of it. You see there must be a celebration of some form, for there are hundreds of people on pikes around the base of the ziggurat, their bodies carved open, being picked clean by birds or feasted on by the masses of the slaves below. As you step up slowly but surely, your breath ragged, worn, dry, but free of the needs of others, as almost the oxygen begins to leave you. That suffocation takes over as you cannot feel the energy. Every breath is labored and strained. till eventually you need it no more. And as you follow the flayed creature, you arrive at the top. And as you look, the creature has stopped and seems to have its hand held out towards what looks to be a scene before you. You see the jackal, your father, standing there, the otherwise furred head upon his shoulders, the khopesh in one hand, the sickle in the other, as he stands there almost mockingly. A few of these psionic beings nearby, as he stands there and looks out, and where you're expecting a potential spectacle or anything else, you see a strange sight. You see a Minotaur, clad in furred armor, standing there, a large half-blade. You see a tiefling, an archern of purple, standing there, heavy, woven armor of these thick iron brambles, a scythe in hand, as she bears down upon the individual. You see a centaur torn and changed by a creature of some unfathomable nature, wings outstretched to either side, not just hers, but that of a dragon. You see that of elementals before her, as she reaches out in almost this supportive magic as it overlaps around the rest of you. You see a tiefling. You now mean to recognize all of these individuals. A red tiefling, to be exact. One who carries a blade of almost this dark onyx dripping with ink as he steps forward, moving at incredible speed, dancing and pirouetting with strikes. And you see another poised at the edge of the ziggurat, taking shots at the jackal as he stands there almost waiting for this. And before him you see yourself standing there. Skin, flesh, everything intact. New scars, yes, but standing there. As you point your weapon towards him and hold it in that moment as he seems to laugh at whatever awaits him. And another figure, one who stands beside Vinny, a draconian individual, of scales of many colours, standing there wielding this large warhammer as she charges forward, Carvern, strangely enough. And it all seems odd as you look about all of this, as if being shown what is to come, perhaps.
Mortar looks to the flayed being. Where's Kirv?
He points towards the purple tiefling, the bands of the steel-like vines that have wrapped around her and progressed further up into her hair, almost forming this thick helmet, the scythe over her shoulder. You recognize all of them. Romulus,
Yeah.
Kirv, Vinny, Beau, Ellie, the elementals, even, Trelidex, and Carvern, and yourself. As you stand there looking at this moment, you feel the cold take over you once more. And this whisper almost begins to peek its way and worm its way into your mind almost, as you hear the sound of other footsteps. And you see two individuals step up the steps as well. And as this scene before you is paused, as if on display as a picture, not as anything else, you see two more versions of you step up the steps. And as they stand next to you, you see that they are ragged also. Torn, injured. And as they step up behind you, you watch as they step into where you stand. And you see another do the same also. And as you almost observe this merging, you feel the presence of... feel the presence of silence and snap. as if they have travelled this journey as well. Welcome to the fold, the creature speaks. You have a taste of pain.
Yeah. Mortar takes a look at the scene before him and looks at his father for the first time in many, many years. They're all going to die atop this cigarette.
Well,
Aren't they?
Or can you bear that pain?
I have no other choice.
Then do so.
Mortar will nod his head. And not taking his eyes off of his father, he's going to raise a finger, pointing at him, and he's going to cast Sending.
As you do, that thread of warmth returns from the choice of three. And as you see it, you realize what you could have done if you hadn't made the right choice. You might have bound your fate to his. But as you reach out and grab it, this time with the intent to send a message, what do you, Mortar, say to your father?
Keep the seat warm for me. I'm coming home. And that's all I say.
There is no response, for one reason or another, other than a faint laugh, a small inward chuckle. That is all that you hear as the sending dissipates. And as you say this, you feel that warmth in your hand. And you look back and you stretch it, and it feels good. The power, the sensation of it, but it's not you. And as the message fades, you let go of that thread. And you feel the cold rush back. And although it hurts, although it stings, although you feel that grating against your very soul and being, you breathe in. Your lips are dry. Your stomach is empty. And the sensations of being alive return to you. You close your eyes. The eyelids now returned after being flayed away. As you close your eyes and open them once more, you see Kirv sat there, maybe a little bit tired, leaning her head to one side. It's
I
been
think she's practicing her
a while,
cantrip.
but she's distracted nonetheless. As you approach, your steps returned to what they were, your skin restored, your being needed, but you are hungry nonetheless as you approach Kirv. And Kirv, you look up to see Mortar returned. It's been maybe an hour, maybe two.
Before asking anything, I think Kirv stands up and just runs over to Mortar and gives him a hug.
Mortar absolutely returns that hug. He just holds her and just holds her as tight as he can to her, just trying to chase the cold away and pulling his mind back from the void to just enjoy this moment.
As you go to hug Kirv, there is a moment of the sensation hits you almost like a wave when the two of you just kind of embrace. And in that moment, it almost threatens to overwhelm you, but you note that the cold is no longer there. It is warmed once more, and as you go to hug, you feel the palm of your hand catch on one of the thorns that is her armor. And as you pull your hand to one side, you see the trickle of blood slow down your palm and into your jacket. A small smile creeps across your face as you feel that pain, and it doesn't hurt you. It feels good. Not in
Oh,
a
no.
sadistic way,
Of course not.
but in a matter of you are alive. And you suffered through hardship to see what might be to come. And in exchange, you now value the sensation of everything that you go through day by day. Drinking, eating, company, friends, and family. Wins and losses. All of them feel that much better for you.
I think definitely, like you say, I think even that sensation of pain, that kind of stabbing sensation, like he can't help but smile, because compared to what he's just been through, this is so little, but at the same time it's so much. The air rushing back into my lungs, the sensation of warmth, the sensation of like pressure of like kind of from the embrace. And I think Mortar kind of pulls back like a moment, just looks Kirv in the eyes, and is going to kiss her. Just as gently, just as he missed it. He missed it so much. Even though to you it was only an hour, for him it was a lifetime.
And as you feel that moment there, you breathe it in, you feel a sudden sensation as Kirv, you hear Mortar's stomach rumble. And in that moment, the two of you look at each other, the tension broken as you smile at one another, and you head off, meeting with the rest of your troop, and begin to enjoy a meal. And although there may be tense moments as you are sat down with the architect, who does sit and enjoy a meal, there's almost a strange irony. He put you through those hardships to make Ellie and the rest of you stronger, yet you put yourself through a hardship too. You can see his methods. You may not agree with them, especially to someone so young, to someone who has this burden thrust upon them by fate, by something. The choice you made to become stronger has made you stronger. Take that as you will.
Mortar sits at this table, enjoying the company with his found family. His mind never quite leaving the top of that ziggurat. And a small smile creeps across his face as he goes, as he thinks, I'm ready for what comes next. And he eagerly awaits a response from his father regarding his challenge.
And as the scene closes out, all of you finishing off with a long rest, some time of sleep, a time to share your experiences, your knowledge from the reading, the new elemental of Lotus, and Beau telling all of the terrible jokes that Codex has come up with over the past 700 years. You groan, you smile, you act as a group, knowing that what awaits you is of use, and that each of you are going to make that difference step by step. But enough happiness in this moment, despite the trial and danger. As we take our vision away from there, there is a moment of intrigue elsewhere in the world. We watch with bated breath almost as we focus in on a rather peculiar location, one unfamiliar to most of you, save Mortar and save Romulus.
Mm.
We see a fortress in the middle of a hillscape, surrounded by trees and vines that would threaten to strangle. We hear the sound of clashing steel. We hear the sound of cries of pain and of bloodshed. We hear the sounds of turmoil and danger. And in that moment, we begin to zoom in on cold stone corridors, individuals cloaked in silver, striking down individuals in dark green armor, plague masks across their face. As plague knights are beset by the Sons of Silver, cut down one by one, we see someone of particular power standing there. Someone very, very familiar to Romulus.
Oh no.
As we see Morrigan standing there,
Oh fuck.
blade in hand, heavy armor, breathing heavily as blood bleeds from her armor. As with haggard breath she stands there, her right hand beside her, holding a blade similarly dripping with almost this dark green essence, as they say, "Go, warn your brother. We need somebody to stop this." You see Morrigan takes a step back as a bolt of silver shoots forward. You see the second in command step in, taking it as their shoulder and arm is separated from their body. "Ah! Go! Get Romulus!" And you watch as Morrigan steps back, almost hesitant and hating this moment, before turning. The vision of somebody standing there is blurred, for none of you remember her. As she stands there, the silver swaying around her hand, as she kicks the right hand as he falls to the ground, before gesturing as two cultists chase after Morrigan. She places her foot on the chest of the individual on the ground, reaches down, and you watch as silver begins to enter in through his eyes, his nose, his ears, his mouth, and encases his head in silver, before she wrenches it free, all skin burned away and removed from a skull that is now cracked on the floor. She releases the silver as blood trickles down her hand. The only word that any of you watching this hear is soon. And that is where we will end our session for tonight. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And we will return to this next week, hopefully, with more of this fun session having that we're having. Good night.
Good night.
Night.